Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review for Matchday Live, Newcastle United versus Fulham from St James's Park. I'm joined, of course, by Billy, and looking forward to this game. If you do enjoy today's show, guys, please don't forget to hit the like button. Do subscribe if you're new. It is subscriber only in the chat, so if you want to take part in the show, you do have to be a subscriber. We are heading towards 26,000 very, very quickly. When, as you can see, we're very close. So today we may get even closer with your help. So please do subscribe if you're new to the channel. And also hit the notification bell. You can, of course, become a member of the Toon Review by hitting the join button just underneath me and Billy. And, of course, you can donate to the channel if you do so wish by hitting that $ at the bottom of the live comments. That will also get your comment read straight out. Right, with no further ado, Billy Bob, we'll get straight into the sides. This is how Newcastle United line up. Martin Dubravka starts in goal. We've got a back four of Livramento, Lascelles, Shea and Byrne. Midfield, Bruno, Longstaff, Joe Linton, and a front three of Almirón, Gordon and Wilson. The big news on the substitute side of things is Isak is not in the squad at all, but Sven Botman is returning. He is on the bench, but it is a very, very defensive bench, Billy.
Yes, it is. We're going to have to take a nice lead and then make changes and hold on, I think. You know, defend our leads and see how it goes from there. He's definitely gambled today. He's gambled on Dan Burn being okay for today. Of course, Lewis Hall can't play Tuesday, so you'd think that Dan Burn's playing Tuesday also. Yeah, it's a big gamble that is. If he pulls up, we're knackered for Tuesday. Longstaff aside, the front five, Bruno, Joe Linton, Almirón, Gordon, Wilson, all played on Wednesday, along with Livramento, Lascelles and Shea. Is there going to be a fatigue issue with them? Potentially. So I think we need to come out the traps quickly, get an early lead, and get well ahead, and then kind of sit back on it, really. That's the only way we can do it, I think. Yeah,
there's no sort of... You look at that bench and you don't think, wow, there's people on there that can come on and change the game attacking-wise. He's gone with two goalkeepers again on the bench, Billy, and why isn't... See, this, I don't understand. Why hasn't he got one of the kids on there from the academy striker? You know, Gillespie's never going to get on in a month of Sundays, so why not put a striker on there from the academy?
You know, it's a 1 in a million chance that Dubravka gets injured, Carriers comes on and gets sent off, or vice versa. You know, and then Gillespie has to come on. It's a 1 in a million chance. So yeah, I don't get it. Seems to be the kind of done thing now, isn't it, with Eddie Howe? They do it in Europe as well, which again I don't understand. You know, it's strange, very strange. And there's no game change on that bench, absolutely none.
No, and of course, Gordon is, you know, we don't know how fit Gordon is. And Fabian Schär as well. He was a doubt for today. So, you know, this is a tricky game, Billy. This is how Fulham line up. They go with Leno, Castagne, Diop, Tosin, Robinson, Paulinho, Kearney, Wilson, Andreas, Iwobi, and Raul Jimenez. Pretty much a strong side from Fulham, Billy, that's scored 10 goals in the last 2 Premier League games.
Yeah, you'd expect we can get there. Right back, Castagne, formerly a Leicester, of course. Whether we're playing the right or the left, you know, Robertson's pretty quick, quite strong in the central defence. Diop and Tosin are very good. Midfield is a place I think we can get them for legs. Kearney's not the quickest. Andres is a bit of a twat, to be honest. An ex-Man United player. Still thinks he plays for them with his attitude. He won't be a threat, and Raul Jimenez has got a bit of form. He's kind of rediscovered his kind of Wolves heyday, hasn't he? So they're very dangerous. Absolutely they are. And they've got a bit of depth on the bench also, which is kind of worrying.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the likes of Vinicius there. They've got Moons, Willian, of course, on the bench. Cordova Reed, he can play a little bit.
Yep.
Reed's there. So they have Tete, of course. They've got some decent players. Yep. And Marco Silva is getting a tune out of them. I think everybody knows I rate Marco Silva as a manager. Yeah. I really do like him. I think he's got a lot about him. And he's doing a good job at Fulham, Billy, because he brought them up into the Premier League, of course, and kept them there.
Yeah, I think he's a very, very underrated manager. Did an excellent job at Fulham. Didn't really do anything at Everton, but who does? Let's be honest. It was a basket case. It still is to a certain extent. Dodge is getting them through it with his usual tactics of hoof and kick. But Silva's not like that. Plays a nice, entertaining kind of brand of football. Yeah. And he kept them up quite convincingly last year. And they're mid-table side, and if they would stay there this year, bit of investment in the summer, maybe they'll progress next season. It's that they're a work in progress, and that they actually do entertain watching, I've got to say.
Yeah. Edward Gorn, thank you for your 1,000 yen. He says, let's get a result. Good to see Botman back. Worried about the lack of attacking options on the bench. Yes. Alessandro says, Dubravka again. Come on, man. Sidereach says, Gordon is playing. I hope he doesn't get injured today, but first team looked good. Isak must be injured with him not being on the bench. Cruel to be kind says that Miggy to score with the right foot. Who knows? The Rolls Royce is out of the garage, says Adam. Julie says you'd think, but this is Eddie Howe logic. No one can decipher it. No surprise, dude's in goal. Afternoon, Anna. Julie says Isak's groin a bit tight, but will be back for Chelsea apparently. Well, that's what you said, Billy, isn't it? Just maybe leaving him out to get a good rest for Chelsea. So, it seems like he's going to play a strong team at Chelsea. I don't think he's got a choice, has he?
No, not really. He hasn't got the kind of fallback as he. You may see Dummett and Kraft and people like that, but it's. I'm worried about Tuesday. I've got to say, I think it's a bigger game now that we're out of Europe than it was a couple of weeks ago. Of course it is, and if we can beat Chelsea with 2 games from Wembley and 3 games from a trophy, which is a huge thing. I'd be kind of wanting to put my eggs in that basket rather than, we've got to win today, though. That's a massive thing.
Indeed. Yogi, thank you very much for gifting a Toon Review membership. That's gone to Tristan Grant. So thank you very much, Yogi, for that. Tristan, incidentally, says, love Eddie and back him 100%. But for me, the honeymoon is over and Conference League has to be minimum expectation this season. Listen, I think the new owners will probably expect, a lot, Billy, this season, in the second half of it anyway. And I said, good afternoon to you. Niall says, Iwobi is the danger. David says, this would be a great day to win big and recapture our best form. Fingers crossed the lads can push through the disappointment during the week. I don't think they'll even be thinking of that today, Billy, going out there onto the pitch. I think what's happened in midweek, like Eddie said in his press conference, that's gone now. They have other things to concentrate on. There's still a lot to play for.
Yeah, I would hope they're concentrating on the aim of getting back into the same competition next season. And if they can't, you aim for the stars, and if you miss, just underneath Europa League. And that's kind of got to be the minimum for us, I think. And to do that, we've got to have a good second half of the season. Yeah, that means improving our away form. That means basically trying to keep fit, really. I mean, we got lucky with injuries last season, and the World Cup helped us as well, really. But this season, there's no World Cup. It's all coming very quickly. So it's a case of getting everyone fit. Couple of additions in January, 2 or 3, I'd imagine, I'd hope. And then go from there and see where we can get to. That's all we can do, really.
King Hoddle, our resident Spurs fan, clearly not happy with Willian. Willian the Snake had a medical with Spurs and then joined Chelsea instead. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, certainly is. Dean says, if this is Isak injured again, I'm sorry, but he has to get moved on in the summer. Did a fancy bit of skill last season and a few goals, but not reliable. Darren says, great to see Botman back. Bernard Longstaff too. Gordon past fit. Isak only a slight worry, but should be fine for Chelsea. And Trips has a break. Hopefully the start of things beginning to improve. Well, let's hope that's still the case after the 90 minutes and everybody comes through the game. Because the last thing we want is something happening to Dan Burn again. Obviously he can't be 100% match fit. There's no way. Of course, Gordon's carrying something. We don't know what. So there's a lot there. Callum's playing again today. He played a full game on Wednesday night. He's going to play another full game today by the looks of the bench. He's testing his fitness. Is Eddie Billy's? He's putting Callum to the test here.
It's all a gamble to me. We all know that Callum, doesn't like to play more than a game a week, really, with his injuries record. And Eddie Howe generally looks after him, but he's gambling on him. He really is, and he's gambling on Dan Burn. Yeah, it's a massive gamble because if them two were to get injured, it puts us back to square one injury-wise, and left for that really a left back on Tuesday, which means Livermento probably have to play there and Croft will have to play right back.
Paul Tully says, agree with Billy. We don't need two keepers on the bench. Is Eddie preparing for something that's never going to happen? Just bring in Parkinson or Diallo and let those lads run. Paul Sprague says, yeah, you could tell Isak wasn't right. Good morning to Brian. Kieran says he wants the Carabao Cup. Well, I think Eddie just wants to win everything. There's no harm in that. Absolutely, there's no harm in that. And listen, I'm hoping we go out there today, we score a few goals, the confidence is back up. Everyone comes through the game fit and ready to go for Tuesday. Because I think, Billy, making Wembley last year, it's given everybody, including the fans, a taste of what could be. The final didn't end up being too brilliant for us. However, we have a chance of getting back there again. Chelsea is certainly not the team they used to be. We can go to Stamford Bridge with a lot of confidence because, quite frankly, who doesn't these days? There is a lot to play for, but this game is important for many reasons, of course. Fitness for one, but of course to get 3 points because we don't want to slip away from the group at the top of the table. So there's still... I still think if we get up to Christmas and then we get into the January transfer window, we can improve the squad in January and, get a few points before, obviously, the window opens, get through this little bit of an injury crisis, and then we can go again in January.
And if we can get to January still being where we are now, or 5th or even 7th, it sets us up nicely, I think. I think for a good run towards the end of the season with the new reinforcements that we think are coming in.
Yeah.
However, the FFP may not allow us to bring in too many, so we've got to be careful, really, with our kind of optimism. But still, I'm optimistic all the time. I still think we can finish top 4. Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of optimism, Billy. Absolutely. Louise says, I think it's going to be 5-0 to Newcastle.
There's optimism.
Yeah, absolutely. Woofer, good afternoon to you. David says the only reason some of the young lads are not on the bench could be to protect them from pressure. But I do find it strange with two keepers on the bench. I agree to that to a certain extent, David. But what we've also got to think of is when are these kids going to get the experience? You've got to bring them on in certain... you can't just keep them and say, the pressure. They're going to feel... Listen, if they want to be Premier League footballers, they are going to have to feel pressure. That's just part and parcel of the game. And yes, the young kids, but when are they ever going to be bled into the first team? In a situation like this is the perfect time to do it, Billy, surely.
I don't think 20 minutes is much pressure, to be honest, either. I mean, there's no great expectation of them. It's just a case of occupying defenders or, being a nuisance on the pitch, really. And if they can contribute positively with a goal or an assist or something like that, then it's icing on the cake, as long as they don't kind of make a real rick at the back. But I don't think there's any defenders on the bench to do that, young defenders. So no, I wouldn't say pressure was quite involved, really, for a striker.
I mean, he's playing. I mean, for example, Murphy's there, Alex Murphy. I mean, he's got Botman there, he's got Dummett there. What's the realistic chance of Murphy getting on when we haven't got a striker on the bench? It seems, I don't know. I mean, I love Alex Murphy. I think he's got a lot to offer us.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I just think, he's got the likes of Diallo there. He's got Parkinson. He's got Dylan Stevenson. So there is options there for attackers in the academy. So it's a strange one. Strange. Pedro says, if we don't get a few goals in the first half, we are snookered with that bench. I expect us to have a quick start today, Billy.
I would hope so. Yeah,
I think given what happened on Wednesday, given what's happened in previous games when we've started to run down on, the old fuel tanks are getting empty. And Marco Silva will be aware of that. He'll have watched Newcastle very closely, especially the last few games. And especially on Wednesday, of course, with, Fulham not playing. And he'll be well aware of the pressure and the fitness of Newcastle United because of the injuries. He's not a stupid man.
Well, he'll have watched what Stefano Pioli did the other night, and I think he'll be using that as a blueprint. Stay in the game as long as you can, and then last half an hour, make the changes like he did. As soon as he made the changes, it changed the game, didn't it, on Wednesday night?
Yeah.
And I think could be similar today. I think that'll be his game plan. Our game plan's got to be to come out quick and get a nice lead to defend, really.
What are the odds of more injuries, says Craig? Let's just pray there's none. Damien Geordie, thank you for your super chat. He says, I'm actually happy that Dan Burn is back. Yes, we will be lacking on the left-hand side attacking-wise, but he will give it a bit more stability at the back.
If he's fit.
If he's fit, yeah. David says, we are managing with what we have. We've no idea what happens behind the scenes. We definitely need another striker. There's no doubt, Billy. They simply have to go for a striker in January. They've got no choice, and a goalkeeper for me,
and a midfielder. I think we need a midfielder too. The rumours won't go away about Calvin Phillips, so I kind of think that's going to happen. I do actually believe that will happen.
You know what? The more it's gone on, I wasn't too sold on Calvin Phillips, but you know what? Every time I've seen him play, and I mean, I know it's not a lot, but he played for Man City in Europe during the week, and he scored from the penalty spot, and he played really well. Yeah, he does look a decent player, to be fair.
He always looks all right for England as well, doesn't he? Always puts a good shift in for England, never really lets us down.
Yeah,
so. Yeah, I think it'd be a good signing for us, and it allows Bruno to get a little bit more forward as well, which is a massive thing also. So, yeah, and it allows us to kind of rotate also. Longstaff, Miley, Joe Linton, Willock, Phillips, and Guimaraes as a six. It's a lot of rotation there, and that's the engine room of the team. So that's where we need it. But yeah, I agree with you. A striker who potentially can play on the right hand side also, and a goalkeeper is a must for me. It's a must.
Cynical Jim says, afternoon all. I cash in on Isak as well. He's really pissed me off recently. Do you know what? Fans are starting to doubt his fitness, to be honest, and that's understandable. I did have a quick look at his fitness record before he came to Newcastle, Billy, and it isn't that great.
No, it's not.
So I don't know who's done the due diligence on his fitness-wise, but look, for Sociedad, it wasn't great either. But he's only been here 2 minutes. Let's just chill on it. He hasn't been playing well recently. We've all identified that. Guys, you've got nearly 1,000 watching. Thank you very much before kickoff, which is incredible. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and come and be part of this incredible community right here on the Toon Review. Just hit that Toon Review logo at the bottom of the right-hand corner on YouTube, and that will take you to the subscription. You just click subscribe next to it, and bang, you're in. You do have to be a subscriber to comment in the chat as well on, of course, Matchday Lives. The Clone Lad says, afternoon all, need a striker in January. Our two lads are made of glass. Mitrovic on loan would be ideal.
He would be, but I just can't see a Saudi Arabian clubs wanting to do business halfway through their season. Especially they've just signed.
Very, very true. But there is a lot of rumours, Billy, that we are going to get a couple from Saudi. So I don't know whether talks have already gone on behind the scenes. You talk about PIF owning four or five of the teams over there. It's quite interesting, isn't it? I mean, Anthony Stafford, thank you for gifting a Toon Review membership, and that has gone to Ash. So well done, Ash. You've got a month's free membership to the Toon Review, courtesy of Anthony. King Hoddle says, watched Ipswich earlier. Nothing there to bother the Premier League should they come up.
I agree.
Who did Ipswich play? Was it Norwich?
Norwich. Yeah, it was the Carrot Crunchers derby. 2-2.
2-2. 2-2 in the Farmers derby, yeah? Niall says, next 3 games are winnable. If not, we could find it hard to make the top 4. But that's what I'm saying. These next few games, Billy, that we will look at thinking, yeah, we certainly should be getting points out of them. If we are to be where we want to be, then we have to win these games that are coming up, the winnable games, and that will then put us in a really good position moving into January.
Yeah, because January isn't easy, is it? We've got Liverpool, Man City, plus the cup tie in between.
Yeah.
So 3 tough games where we're going to have to be at it on every one of them. So yeah, the Luton game, Forest, and this one today, massive games for us, and the Chelsea one Tuesday, of course.
Yeah. Clone Lad, thank you for your 12 months of membership. He says, Big Joe's 150th appearance for Newcastle today. Who would have thought that this time 2 seasons ago? Absolute beast. Hopefully 3 points today. Incredible, Billy. 150 appearances. And it still amazes me the rise of Joe Linton at Newcastle United, because, you know, we were all for him just getting the hell out of the club and thinking, what the hell have we spent 40 million quid on? But like Clone Lad says there, he's an absolute beast.
Yeah, he's turned his career around already, How has. And he can thank Kieran Clark for it, can't he? Because had he not been injured and he moved back to midfield, you know, the rest is history. They found a proper player in there and a world-class player in there. As a striker, he was barely pub league, was he? Let's be perfectly honest.
Well, Billy, I do remember a certain host on this show saying that.
Well, you did, yeah.
You know, that maybe they should try Joe Linton in midfield. I think it was only about 2 weeks before that Norwich game as well. But
you did.
You know, Isak could probably look disinterested because he is carrying an injury and knows he can't make an impact. It could be frustration that he can't go full pelt. I mean, look, Billy, I know what it's like with a groin strain or a hamstring strain or any kind of muscle strain, really. You know, you're trying to do your best when you're on the field, but you just can't get that. You can't get up to full speed. And it does affect you mentally as well, because it frustrates you, because you know you can do more, but you can't.
Well, the groin one's the worst because it's not. Sometimes it isn't visible to the watching eye that you've got a groin strain, but when you try and run and you feel it, Christ, you've got no chance of hitting full speed. There's that dull ache, and there's no way you're going to risk it. So it's as I say, it's deceptive because if you're watching, you can't really tell.
Yeah.
So you know, you can kind of see with his demeanour that something ain't been quite right with him. But if that's the case, why was he playing? I agree with you. I wouldn't have been playing him in any of the games if that was the case. And had he rested for the last 3 weeks,
completely ripping your groin, Billy. I mean, you're out for probably the season. Let's be honest. If that happens,
well, you know, risking him, it was a massive gamble playing him, and for what he gave us, it wasn't. To me, it wasn't worth it at all.
It wasn't worth the gamble. Absolutely.
You may well have played a kid.
Yeah, I agree. Trolls, thank you for gifting a Toon Review membership. Very kind. And that has gone to Garant Thomas. So, Garant, you have now got a month's membership with the Toon Review. Thanking Trolls for that one. Paul Tully says, I don't want Tony. Comes across as a flash in the pan. Didn't do it earlier on in his career. Then suddenly a couple of decent seasons. He's a £100 million player. Mary, thank you very much for your £10 super chat. Afternoon, Paul and Billy. With all the injury concerns, is it not the right time for the academy to blend into the first team? Now Newcastle have time to do so. Thank you for the work you do. Thank you, Mary. I agree.
Yes.
I really do. Jock Barr, thank you for gifting a Toon Review membership, and that has gone to Jay Devlin. So thank you very much for that act of kindness, Jock, and I hope you're okay health-wise. Clone Lad says, Willian on the bench exactly for that reason. He will bring on legs to attack us in the last 20 minutes. Yeah, he's a good sub, isn't he? I mean, you know, I know he's a lot older now, Willian, but for a 20-minute blast, it's probably not a bad idea.
He's got magic in his feet, that's for certain. A wonderful player. Hasn't got the legs he used to have, of course, but, you know, it doesn't really matter with him whether he's got pace or not. It's just what he's got in his feet. He's a proper technician. Fantastic player.
Yeah. Dean says, surely it's not a weakness to play more than one formation throughout the season. It's scary how predictable our game plays. Well, let's see how today goes. Because, Billy, if we try and Fulham, Fulham look comfortable with our formation, then surely Eddie's got to try something a little bit different in this game. I don't think he will. I personally don't think he will.
I wouldn't bet on it. No, absolutely no way. He's not done it yet. So, you know, we tried a 3 at the back in pre-season, and we've not seen that since. So, you know, it's odd. It's strange why he's not kind of had a plan B. And if team shuts down and kind of outrun us in the middle of the park and out-energise us, we need a plan B, and we've never had one. And it's a criticism of the manager, actually.
Yeah, but like I say, the manager will also make mistakes just like the players.
Yep.
Ash says Isak is just out of form due to fitness. I feel let's not get Man United fans on our players. Look, it's clear now, isn't it? The fact that he's been left out, that he's obviously still got an injury. So we can understand why his form has dropped, okay? You know, but at the same time, you know, he's got to get fit again. His fitness record is terrible. And we are suffering because of that. We're suffering because of fitness problems. And we know what Isak can do. We've seen it already at Newcastle. We've seen how wonderfully composed he is on the football. And all we want is for that Isak to be back, you know, firing all cylinders, fully fit. you know, and I mean, it's difficult at the minute to get anybody fully fit. But, you know, Isak is one of those that I don't think he's a number 9 by any stretch of the imagination. I'd much prefer Isak on the left with another striker there, whether it be Wilson or someone else that we bring in January. But again, we just have to wait to see what he does once he gets players back, once he brings a few more in, and then he's got a squad to choose from. Paul Tully says the only issue with Phillips is that he's already 28, wasted 2 years of his prime at City. I mean, I don't blame him for going to City, but it has kind of been a wasted 2 years, Bill.
Yeah, but I don't see it as a problem for us if we only get him on a 6-month loan. I mean, fine, if he plays fantastically well, we can sign him give him a 3-year deal or something. But, you know, the position he plays doesn't really dictate pace or anything, you know. He's a busy player and, yeah, I think he'll be okay.
The thing is, I mean, look, he's 28, but he hasn't played a lot of football.
No,
so that might benefit us if we do sign him. You know, he's not
got a great injury record, has he?
Well, I don't think he has. 3 minutes away from kickoff, guys. And again, I'll just reiterate, please, no spoilers in the chat. If you are watching it somewhere, then please do not put in the chat what has happened until me and Billy commentate on it. If you do, you'll be chucked out. It's as simple as that. We've got a no tolerance policy now. Please don't spoil it for everybody else. Just enjoy the commentary. And then once me and Billy have mentioned it when we're commentating, then please do so and in the chat. That's all we ask. And let's just keep the chat nice. And people will have different opinions, but let's not jump on each other all the time throughout this game. You know, it's a big game. It's to look forward to. And Billy, I've just got the Newcastle team on the screen at the minute.
And so have I.
Oh, that's looking good. That's looking good. And just gone on to the Fulham team, Billy?
Yep.
Excellent.
Psychedelic pink kits.
It's awful. It's fecking awful, Billy. I do not like that kit at all. It's bloody awful, to say the least.
I think it's better than the Milan one, but you know, it's like comparing diarrhea to kind of sickness, isn't it? You know, not great.
Yeah, it's pretty bleh. Is bleh the word?
Yeah, bleh is a word. Yeah,
it
is now, and it suits that perfectly. It's rank.
Yeah, absolutely. Ian Badman, thank you for your £5 super chat. He says, hi, Paul and Billy. Traveling back home, just want to say thank you for helping me through my hard times with my mum. God bless. You're very welcome, Ian. Thank you very much. As Eddie Howe and Silva just embraced there. Lewis Buo and Morte, Billy, still at Fulham.
Yeah, good player, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Very underrated player.
I think very, I'd agree. Underrated, yeah. Definitely
never got a chance at Arsenal. They should have had a chance at Arsenal when Wenger went and he didn't really give him one. Yeah. And then went elsewhere. But yeah, he was a good player.
Absolutely. Really looking forward to this one. We need to be on it from the off. Just doing the toss now. Kearney and Lascelles. Kearney's suddenly hit a new run of form this season, of course. And playing very, very well. But I want to see a quick start here. I've just got the huddle on, Billy.
Yeah, me too. Who's the referee? Any idea who the referee is?
Well, he's shit anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, let's not beat around the old bush here with referees. I've seen a few Christmas jumpers in the crowd there, some short sleeves. Yeah, bloody hell, it's freezing up here today. Fulham will kick the game off, ladies and gentlemen. Fulham will be kicking from left to right towards the Gallagher in the first half. If you are watching it, just wait till I say, right, we're underway, and then we can all be in sync. And we're about to get this game underway now. Fulham, that is awful. That's an awful strip. It truly is. Andreas, the number 18, is going to get the game underway. Still waiting for the referee's whistle. Oh, God, what a time for my stream to stop. Fucking hell. Oh, you are joking me.
Back on again.
Right, well, I've started the clock anyway, so...
Damn kicked off, yeah. That a bit of a fake kick-off.
No, I've got a kick-off here.
You've kicked off, have you?
Yeah. I've got Fulham, well, us doing a bit of pressing early doors. I'm up to 20 seconds, Billy. And Joe Linton's down holding his ankle. Castagne with a throw-in for Fulham. 30 seconds gone in the game. Newcastle trying to press early, which is a good sign, Bill, which is a good sign.
It is indeed.
Anthony Gordon now to Dan Burn. He plays it all the way back to Fabian Schär. Schär across to Lascelles. I'm very interested to see how Livramento plays it right back today, Billy.
Yeah, he's been playing out of position the past few weeks, but I mean, he acquitted himself fantastically there against Manchester United. So
yeah,
got no fear with him at all.
Yep. Fabian Schär now to Dan Burn. Burn brings it forward, plays it Anthony Gordon back to Dan Burn. And now Fabian Schär. Schär whips a right-footed ball towards Almirón. Well cleared. Long, high ball in the air, which Lascelles deals with, brings it down to Bruno. Bruno flicks it forward to Almirón. Nice little flick by Almirón to Joe Linton. Joe Linton, tried to play it through to Callum Wilson, but good defending there, but a terrible pass is given it straight back to Bruno. Bruno now, he's got him, Livramento making a run. Bruno pointing where he wanted it to go, but he's had to cut back inside now. Plays it back to Fabian Schär on the halfway line. Schär to Lascelles. Lascelles to Bruno. Back to Schär. Schär pings the first-time ball left to Gordon. Brilliant pass that. And Gordon knocks it back now to Dan Burn, who in turn goes back to Fabian Schär. Schär to Lascelles. Lascelles will bring it over the halfway line for Newcastle United. Out to Livramento on the right-hand side. He's got a Iwobi in front of him, but plays it back to Almirón. Almirón, Billy, we're having problems with this stream. Like, I'm not impressed so far. However, we'll keep going. Almirón now has it, plays it left, plays it right, sorry, to Livramento, but that's not a great cross from Tino, and it goes behind. Sorry, it was Longstaff for a goal kick to Fulham. But an interesting first 2 minutes, Billy. We look like we want to go at them. We look like we want to give it a good goal. We're attacking. But as I say, Eddie Howe only knows one way to play.
It is, and we've maintained possession quite nicely as well. Fulham giving the ball away in dangerous areas at the back first off as well, which is would be a concern for them, but good for us.
Well, Fulham are trying to play it out from the back now. Castagna plays it forward. Dan Burn comes in to intercept, but he's played out of position. But now Fulham come forward now. Kearney out to the left-hand side to Iwobi. Iwobi on the left now. Having a run at Livramento. Longstaff backtracks to help out. Played inside. Nice bit of play that by Fulham. Good interception from Miggy, though. It was a good tackle as well. He won the ball. Fulham were claiming a free kick, and never in a month of Sunders. Almirón now. Inside to Bruno. Bruno just checks back a little bit. Looks for Livramento on the right, and, of course, finds him. Livramento back inside to Bruno. Bruno to Longstaff. To Bruno. Little 1-2 there. Bruno into Joe Linton. Joe Linton now flicked on to Almirón. Almirón looking for Wilson. Good tackle, but it comes out the right-hand side to Livramento. Can he get the cross in? There's men in the box here. Livramento's cross, not great. Hits the first man, but comes back to Tino. Rolls it back to Bruno now. Bruno steps inside. He's taken down. Free kick to Newcastle. Positive stuff, Bill?
Very positive, yeah. Livramento got to the good area, got a cross in. It weren't a great cross, but at least he was willing to put a cross in there, which is something we didn't see the other night.
And incidentally, two Fulham men there. I mean, Raul Jimenez coming in and tripping him over there. It's a bit of a poor foul by Jimenez because I don't think Bruno had many options there, and he's brought him down. Now, the question is, who takes this free kick?
I think Fabian Schär's got to be favourite. Luton have taken the lead of Bournemouth. Adebayo with the goal.
Wow. Well, it's Fabian Schär and Anthony Gordon over this one.
Well, I think Fabian Schär's banged one in for me before against Forest last year, and
yeah. This is where he might get seniority here, but we will see. I think he's told Anthony Gordon, I'm taking this, move out the way, sunshine. But Gordon, then again, I mean, Gordon's right-footed, isn't he? So it's not really favouring.
You want a left footer, really? Yeah, you want a left footer.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Well, just wide from Schär. Not a bad free kick.
Yeah.
Schär laid it off for Anthony Gordon, just knocked it back to him. Just to create a bit of more of an angle, and it's sort of a curling towards the near post. I think the keeper, Leno, wouldn't have. I think he had it covered, Billy.
I think he had it covered, yeah, but it's a good effort.
Absolutely. 5 minutes gone at St James's Park. We have no score, but a very optimistic start from Newcastle United. But Fulham coming forward now. Out to the left-hand side to Alex Iwobi. Iwobi, who scored 2 goals in Fulham's last win, of course, the 5-0 thumping of West Ham. So he'll be full of confidence as well going into this game. Iwobi trying to nutmeg Longstaff, didn't get any joy. The ball swung across, headed on, and Raul Jimenez tries an overhead kick from 20 yards. I mean, what an effort that was, Billy. I mean, it was straight at the goalkeeper, but my God.
Well, it's got the confidence to do it, and the flair to do it. It was a good effort. Never going to go in and win for Sundays, even with Martin Dubravka in goal.
I mean, it was on target though.
It was indeed.
From that kind of range is pretty impressive. It's back with Fabian Schär now, just outside the D. Rolls it to Dan Burn. Burn plays it back to Fabian Schär. Schär looking for that long ball forward towards Callum Wilson. And in fact, he looked for the run of Anthony Gordon, but good defending by Castagna there. Not letting the ball drift over him, because if he'd had, Gordon was in. Here's a Iwobi, Kearney. And Fulham just trying these little one touches, Billy. And, they're quite clever at it. Here's Kearney again. Just brings it over the halfway line. This sodden stream, honestly, I'm going to have to go back.
It's what Kearney's good at, is those little touches, one-touch stuff, and controlling the play from the middle of the park. But that was in the Championship where he was brilliant at it. He's hardly had a sniff since, and he's got himself into the team lately, which is good for him. He's a good player. Absolutely.
Fulham have a throw in here, which is left for Castagna to take. Castagna looking for options here from the throw in. Still not taking it. Now he does to Jimenez. Jimenez on. Billy, you must be ahead of me, because now Dubravka delayed, and it's cleared by Livramento. Honestly, again, why isn't he coming out for that, Billy?
No, he should. That was really slow, poor goalkeeping. That from Dubravka.
Christ Almighty!
We got lucky there, really lucky. Because if that cross had gone to a full-on play, it was 1-0. It was
1-0, empty goal. I mean, it's just unbelievable that. As soon as that ball was played in, he should have been off his line like a rocket there.
Of course he should.
And that's what puts doubt in your defenders, Billy.
Well, he wasn't far from the goal either. It was only in the corner of the 6-yard box he had to get to, and he didn't even make that, which is really poor goalkeeping. But he got away with murder, so let's hope we can ride our luck here. That's a great ball from Bruno.
Billy, you're ahead of me, mate. Bruno now swings it out to the left-hand side. Just over hit for Joe Linton. Blake Tucker, thank you for your $1.99 super chat. I think the problem is, Billy, when we get these, we'll get some sort of buffering all the time on these, and it causes a bit of problems. I've just gone to 7:53.
No, 8 minutes. Oh, Christ. Start and stop it again, Paul. Go to the normal place.
Okay, 2 seconds. Okay, 8 minutes and 9 seconds.
Yeah, I'm about 2 seconds ahead of you.
Okay. It's a free kick to Newcastle. Again, in a very, very good position here. Nice bit of play by Joe Linton, and Wilson taken out. Well and truly taken out there. Certainly didn't get the ball there, Billy.
No, tossing was very kind of... it's a bad tackle to give there. Didn't really need to do it either, did he? But this is a dangerous area for a free kick. Not sure it's the right angle for a shot, but certainly a nice cross from coming from it.
Guys, please don't ask for any links to streams. We're not allowed to give them out. So please don't bother asking, because we can't tell you. So sorry about that. But this is Anthony Gordon territory, Billy. Side of the box. Really good opportunity here.
Yeah. And he could fizz it across and get a deflection. He could go anywhere. There's lots of options here. May go for goal. I think it's a bit wrong angle for a shot for goal, personally, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. He's eyeing it up. Up he steps. And it's deflected away. That's a shame.
It was a fizzer, wasn't it? You need to try to fizz it.
Those kind of free kicks, Billy, you'd sort of expect to go to sort of top corner, wouldn't you? Rather than where he tried to actually put it there.
Superb.
Here is Bruno. Lovely little turn by Bruno. Flips it out to the right-hand side to Miggy Almirón. Almirón brings it down and then flicks it over the defender's head. That's good play by Miggy. And now he goes on the run. Spins back again. Almirón inside to Bruno. Bruno, he's gone for the 1-2. He's way overhit that, Billy.
What's your time now?
9:54.
How have you lost 8 seconds and we ain't done anything? I'm on 10:06.
Yeah, I keep buffering, Billy. I don't know what the hell the problem is with my stream here. It's not.
When it buffers, restart it, because it'll go back to the normal place then.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Really frustrating. Hang on, I'm going to come out and go back in, Billy, because I think that might be the issue here. Let's just go back.
Well, Newcastle have the ball in the back four with Fabian Schär, and he plays it square for Dan Burn. Dan Burn goes down the line to Gordon, who's got plenty of space to win into, and off he goes. Pauses, comes inside, plays it inside for Wilson. Wilson takes it on his and is robbed there by Palhinha. Now it's tossing. Palhinha again, ball through, and Fulham on the counter here with Jimenez on the right flank. Fabian Schär comes out to defend him. Ball inside for the back. Jamal Lascelles is marking Pereira. Pereira trying to get past Jamal Lascelles, gets a cross in, and Dubravka gathers at his near post. Back in yet?
I am, but I'm way behind you. I'm just trying to get up to speed again. I'm at 11 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, about a second in it then.
Okay. I don't know how long I'll have it for, but we'll see. Ball with Dan Burn at the moment, and he goes back to Fabian Schär. Schär then brings it forward and brilliantly brings it forward. Great run by Schär, but he's pulled a hamstring. Schär's pulled a hamstring. That's not good.
And that's what you get when you play week in, week out, day in, day out. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's on the manager, this, I'm afraid.
Well, he brought the ball out as he normally does. And then just as he kicked the ball with his left, his right leg goes and he's pulled a hamstring. So that's a few weeks on the sidelines for Fabian Schär. He knew instantly, Billy.
Yeah.
You can see the frustration in his face.
He knows. He's done. Not even point. Just get him off the pitch.
Oh, don't fucking believe it. There's no point stretching his leg. He's pulled a hamstring there.
And Dummett's the one warming up, which tells you an awful lot about also Botman's warm and Kraft.
Yeah.
I'm afraid you're asking for trouble when you play players week in, day out. The injuries are going to come.
Yeah. But he couldn't run, Billy, and now they're trying to stretch his leg. What is the point? There is literally no point to this. Just take him off. You keep him on the field, you're going to risk him completely tearing it, and that would be
the season out. Yeah.
He's pulled his hamstring. Take him off, for fuck's sake. I mean, you cannot write a script for this injury crisis. You just cannot. As again, we're looking here, Billy. I think it was offside, that one there when he played when Dubravka was so slow off his line.
I'm buffering now.
We are going to get problems, Billy, but we'll do our best throughout. Fabian Schär is going to have to go off. There's no doubt about it. I'm just trying to see who is coming on. It looks like Emil Kraft, Billy.
Yeah. Which is strange because he's right-footed. Jamal Lascelles is right-footed. And
as we see Amanda and Mirdad applauding Fabian Schär off, he's away down the tunnel. I don't bloody believe this, man. Honestly. Ridiculous. But it's Emil Kraft, which is interesting because he's also, I mean, that just says how fit Botman must be. So Kraft comes on instead of Dummett. I mean, to be fair, you know, Dummett's left-footed. I would have, I don't know. That's a strange one.
I've got nothing now. I have now.
I'm at 13:54, Billy.
I got there and it's started buffing again.
But you know what, Billy? Talking about the substitution, I mean, Dummett's the left footer. Are you surprised?
I'm very surprised, yeah. There's a definite imbalance there now. And
well, listen, there was rumours this morning, Billy, that the chair was struggling to be fit. So I don't know whether the risk's been taken there and it's backfired big style.
Well, I've said it time and time again about these, you know, not rotating these players. It risks injuries with, you know, using them too often. And
yeah,
I'm afraid it's inevitable at some point that someone was going to get a groin strain or, you know.
I mean, I don't think it's a tear because, you know, when he tears it, you can hardly walk. So I think he's pulled it, definitely. But I think had he stayed on, I just don't see the point of stretching it before just make the decision to take him straight off. You know, you're not going to keep him on with a situation like that. And in fact, Kraft has gone to right back. So Dan Burns come to centre back. Kraft's gone to right back. Livramento's to left back. Emil Kraft's on a marauding run down the right-hand side here. He's pulled it back for Joe Linton. I'm very interested. I mean, obviously, Emil Kraft at right back, that's his normal position, Billy. So it's not exactly a surprise, but he is Livramento. Plays it back to Anthony Gordon, slightly overhit that. Jimenez comes in and belts the ball and wins the throw in for Fulham off a deflection from Livramento. So that was a little bit frustrating.
I've got nothing here now. It's constantly buffering.
We'll try our best, Billy. We'll keep going. As Fulham clear into the Newcastle sky. Still goalless here at St James's Park. Byrne gets ahead on that. It comes down to Anthony Gordon. Gordon inside for Wilson. Tried the little 1-2, but Callum didn't get much of a touch on it, and Fulham let it roll out for a goal kick.
What's your time?
16:05.
5 seconds ahead.
Christ, mate.
Flipping heck. No, it's buffering again.
Yeah. I'm back on at 16:30, so
Newcastle
coming forward. Great ball. Anthony Gordon into the box now to the left-hand side. Gordon having a run, cuts inside, plays it back to Bruno. It's a poor finish from Bruno in the D. He skies it over the bar. Jimenez is down, clutching his face for Fulham, but Bruno should have done better there. And again, it's wasteful opportunities. I don't know what the fuck's the matter with Jimenez, but he's down holding his face. And he pulled it back there and over the bar from Bruno. That's disappointing. Well, Jimenez having a little battle with Jamal Lascelles, so I don't know whether they're going back to have a look at that. I certainly don't know why Jimenez is down rolling around, holding his face. Devonshire, yes, if you could DM us, let me know, matey. So Jimenez is down at the moment, getting treatment on his jaw by the looks of things. Obviously, in that battle with Lascelles, he took a bit of a knock, but there was nothing sinister about it at all. But still 0-0. It's been a very stop-start 20 minutes, this. Obviously due to injuries and buffering. Oh, dear. The frustrations of technology, man. Unbelievable.
What time are you on now?
17:56.
Slightly ahead.
Oh, for God's sake.
I shall keep quiet. You'll buff again. It'll buff again in a minute.
Well, of course it will. Devonshire, let me know where you've messaged me, mate, so I know where to look. You can email me, mate. The email address is just near the bottom of the description, bud. Or you can DM me on Twitter or whatever. But we are still goalless. As Jimenez goes off for his mandatory 30 seconds. And Leno thumps it into the St James's Park sky. Lascelles gets up with a good header. Wilson blocked off. Can't get anywhere near that. And it's back to Leno again. So Fulham will be pleased, Billy. They were coming up to the 20-minute mark. They haven't conceded. No. And that's a poor ball. Livramento now on the halfway line brings it forward. But Fulham's game plan will probably be, Silva will be pleased. Here's Bruno into Joe Linton. Joe Linton to Livramento. Back inside to Bruno now. There's Emil Kraft Miggy and Akers of space here on the right-hand side. Kraft overlaps. Miggy comes back onto his left. Twisting and turning. Plays it. It's a poor ball, but Bruno got there. Iwobi, though, intercepts. Kraft on him. And Newcastle win the throw-in. Clearly a throw. I don't know what Iwobi's whinging on about there. Clearly a throw to Newcastle. Oh, that's horrendous! From Raul Jimenez, his knee up in the face of Sean Longstaff. That was shocking, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, the ref's going to give me yellow, but I imagine VAR will be looking at this.
That was a horrendous tackle.
Well, Jimenez has been looking to do that for a while, hasn't he? Because ever since he had that little spat with Lascelles about 2-3 minutes ago, and this to me, let's have a look. He jumped. Oh, that's a red card.
It's got to be a red. In fact, he's showing him a yellow, but VAR have got to get involved here.
I'm amazed he's showed him a yellow, and I don't think VAR.
The referee is pointing. It's horrendous. How is that not serious foul play? There's no need to jump that high.
Sean Longstaff's got a broken nose, eh? Absolutely.
I mean, he goes to kick him, pulls his foot out of it, and then clashes into him.
VAR are looking, which is good. That's a red card.
Fuck's sake, come on. That's a disgusting challenge, that. And we are delayed while VAR have a look at this. I mean, that is a shocking tackle.
I'm slightly ahead of you. The ref's on his way to the screen, Paul.
Is he?
Mm.
Well, that normally means he's going to go here. That's a horrific challenge.
And why the Fulham players are crowding around the linesman, no one will ever know. And now they're crowding around, they're trying to get involved with the referee at the screen.
Well, they're not allowed to do that. Definitely not allowed to do that. Absolutely shocking. I'm on 21:35, Billy.
Well, you're ahead of me now.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's got to be a red. There's no other conclusion to that. Why Jimenez is jumping like that?
That's absolutely red card. Absolutely.
He is going to be sent off. It's the red card. It's a red card for Raul Jimenez, and rightly so. Disgraceful tackle, and rightly sent off. He's gone. And the Fulham players surrounding the referee like knobheads. But you can't get away with that. You cannot do that in football.
He had no intention of going for the ball. He pulled out with his knee and hit him with his arse cheek and his nose, actually. Yeah. But still, the intent was there first off, and that's a red card. Absolutely, 100%. And Bristol City have taken the lead against Sunderland.
Who, sorry?
Bristol City have taken the lead against Sunderland.
Ouch. Ouch.
And you think someone with the injuries that he's had would know better than to kind of go knee first in somebody's head. As I say, he pulls out with his knee in the end and hits him with his arse and his hip. It's a horrific challenge. It really is.
Well, he's off. That's the main thing.
Right, now the chance is for us to kind of take advantage of it.
Indeed. Indeed.
Tellingly that Marco Silva didn't go and put Jimenez on the head. I think Marco Silva knows.
Yeah, of course he knows. If he's got anything about him, he'll know straight away.
Are you playing again?
I'm at 22-12.
22?
Yeah.
I'm on 23-36.
Holy shit. Right, I'm back on a 23-50.
You're just a bit ahead of me. That's okay.
Yep. Leno takes the goal kick. So a big opportunity here for Newcastle United now. 10-man Fulham. You just can't get away with tackles like that. I'm sorry. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's madness.
I mean, he went in with his foot first. He pulled out of that one, but then there was no need for him to be up that high, clattering into Sean like that. There's absolutely no reason for it.
And somebody with his experience should know better as well, especially with the injury he had with his head.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man City have taken lead against Palace, Jack Grealish.
But I think it all stemmed from that. He was still in a bad mood from that clash with Lascelles, wasn't he, when he needed a bit of treatment?
100%. Yeah, that was definitely on his mind.
The ball with Emil Kraft now. Plays it back to Jamal Lascelles. Lascelles to Dan Burn now. Burn spins. If you've just joined us, coming up to 25 minutes gone, it's goalless. Fabian Schär's gone off with a pulled hamstring, and Raul Jimenez has just been sent off for Fulham for serious foul play. So it's had incident, but Miggy now on the halfway line, spins it through to Dan Burn in the centre circle. Burn just takes a look, has a look, see what's available. Probably doesn't have the same passing array as what Fabian Schär does, but now it's out to Almirón on the right. Down the line to Kraft. Kraft plays it down for Longstaff. That's going to be a throw into Newcastle. Sean will leave that 14 or Livramento to take.
Emil Kraft.
Well, they took that. Where the hell was the camera going there? Dan Burn now out to Livramento on the left-hand side. I mean, the camera stayed on Sean Longstaff there, and the throw-in had been taken about 5 seconds earlier. Here's Bruno for Newcastle United. Good ball down the line for Emil Kraft now. Kraft right down by the corner flag. Cuts it back, tried to cross it, but it wasn't the greatest cross in the world along the floor. That's a terrible touch by Iwobi. Bruno now knocks it back to Dan Burn. Newcastle very much in the ascendancy here, playing against 10 men. But at the moment, we haven't seen Leno had to make a save. Here's Bruno. Lots of room on the right-hand side for Emil Kraft. Kraft brings it down on his chest. Nice touch. Back to Jamal Lascelles. Lascelles back to Dan Burn. Burn. Longstaff makes himself available. Good ball, that. Sean Longstaff now. Down the line for Kraft again. Inside to Almirón. Back to Longstaff. Miggy goes on the overlap, but Longstaff pulls it into... Oh, what a flick by Bruno. And it's cut back. Oh, Gordon had a chance, but it bounces away from him. And it's come to Livramento. He couldn't hit it first time. Still in the... Just outside the area with Bruno now. Down to Joe Linton. Back inside to Bruno. And Emil Kraft, sorry, Miggy's made a great run. Flicks it back with his right foot, but it was over everyone's head. But at least he used his right foot. But I think the linesman has given him offside, Bill.
Yeah. But at least he went with his right foot.
Yep.
Starting to look a little bit more dangerous now. They're hard to break down for them, and they're going to be even more kind of determined not to get broke down with 10 men. It'll be more defensive effort for Fulham, but there is promising signs that we can break them through because Bruno is starting to pull the strings, isn't he? Yeah,
beautiful little flick there with with his back heel there, creating an opportunity. Let's just hope we can just keep going, Billy, because that's the thing that it's important that we don't get frustrated here now, because obviously with 10 men, the crowd expectation grows, thinks you should be all over them, but we know it's not like that in football sometimes against 10 men.
Yeah, it's been a strange kind of 27.5 minutes, hasn't it? It's been, just muted, not a lot going on. And then, of course...
And we need to learn from mistakes from Fulham, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
As John Kearney brings it forward now. Fulham looking to try and create something at the other end. Of course, missing the striker now. But that's good pressing by Newcastle, and the ball has to go back to Leno, just outside his penalty area. Good pressing again from Callum Wilson. Leno goes left-footed, straight to Jamal Lascelles. There's nobody up there for Fulham. Iwobi looks like he's come across into the middle, Bill.
Yeah, he does, yeah. Which gives Kraft and Miggy all the space down that right-hand side with a bit of luck.
Absolutely.
And if Longstaff can get over and help them, then we should overload them over there. But we shall see how it plans out.
Yep. Here's Dan Burn for Newcastle. But he has to turn back. It will be all over him. Gives it to Lascelles. Lascelles brings it forward. Not exactly hasty about it, but he's looking for the options. He gives it to Bruno. Back to Burn. Burn outside to Livramento. Livramento cuts back on his right to Bruno. Nice little 1-2. Here's Tino Livramento. Rolls it into the path of Longstaff. Longstaff's left-footed pass is a bad one. Miggy had sort of cut inside. Longstaff went out wide. So it was... But the ideas are there, Billy. You can see that, as you say, Fulham are difficult to break down, but this is an opportunity for Newcastle just to be patient, keep knocking it around, creating space.
Yeah, as long as we're not one-dimensional with it. I mean, we can't just go through the middle every time. We've got to use the flanks. We've got to stretch the pitch as wide as we can with the 10 men. And then hopefully we can get some sort of result from that.
And I think, you made a good point there about when Iwobi's now had to come in the middle. It's sort of freed up a bit more space on the right-hand side. Here's Joe Linton now. Whips it out to Miggy on the right-hand side. Miggy takes a heavy touch, but nice touch to Kraft. Kraft crosses a beauty. Anthony Gordon! Oh, he's hit the crossbar and it bounces under Sean Longstaff's legs. Oh my goodness me.
How
have we not scored there? That is incredible. I mean, Sean couldn't do anything about that. Rebound came out like a bullet.
No.
Great ball by Gordon out to Miggy. Takes it down superbly on his left foot. Just outside the penalty area on the right-hand side again. Lays it back to Joe Linton. Cross comes in. Headed away again. Livramento trying to get there, but Iwobi wins the battle. And he looks forward to see if there's any ridiculously purple shirts ahead of him, but there isn't. Well, I think it's an luminous pink, isn't it?
Yeah, psychedelic pink. I don't know.
Psychedelic. It does make you psychedelic looking at it all the time. As Fulham now into Newcastle's half. Paulinho plays the ball down for Iwobi. That's a good run, but he's got Dan Burn for company. Iwobi spins back. And Fulham now just, I would hate Fulham to score, Billy, because if I mean, I mean, Palini is furious that he didn't get a corner there. But if Fulham scored, they're going to park the bus, aren't they? So here's Anthony Gordon's chance again, Billy, on his left foot, rattles the bar. It bounces. You know what the problem was for Sean there, Billy? It bounced. It hit the ground exactly between his legs there, so he couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it took Gordon Ace to get the ball down, didn't it? And then he could, if it fell over, he got a penalty because he got kicked there. And, but it just fell wrong, didn't it? And scoreline from Scotland at the minute: Celtic 0, Hearts 2.
Oh. So he is Almirón just forced a little bit back. He's lost the ball there. That's poor. Iwobi inside now to Kenny. Kenny brings the ball forward for Fulham. Iwobi goes on another sprint, which frees up a bit of space for Kenny in midfield. Kenny again. Nice bit of play. And it's out to the left-hand side now for Fulham. Out wide to Palini. Palini down the line. That's a good bit of play, that. But we just need to keep the door closed. It's going to be very, very difficult. And they're going to have to shoot like this from long range. That one straight at Dubravka. He just holds that nicely and lays it out to Livramento. And on the attack we go again. And it's nice to see. I've had a decent stream for 10 minutes, Billy, and no interruptions.
Yeah, same as me.
He is Gordon now on the left-hand side for Newcastle. Cuts inside. Livramento makes a brilliant run, and Gordon sees him. Livramento spins back onto his right, lays it up to Gordon. He's got time to put options here. Into the box it comes. Wilson with a header straight at Leno. But that's what Callum's good at, Billy, is the ball comes in, and suddenly he makes him... He's behind the defender there. The cross comes in, and he makes himself... He comes to the ball. He doesn't wait for the ball to come to him. Yeah,
that's what he's about. And that's what we need to get more crosses into the box to feed Callum Wilson, because without the service, he's a passenger, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's good cross from Gordon, good head from Wilson. Unfortunately, straight to the midriff of Leno.
Yeah, good work from Dan Burn there, holding Iwobi off. Oh, that's... Joe Linton's given away. Iwobi's in on goal. Alex Iwobi straight at Dubravka. And Fulham had a chance there. Joe Linton's touch was extremely heavy. And Iwobi was away, but it's a terrible shot. But I think Dan Burn needs to take credit for that, Billy. He put him off. He got back in time.
Giving the ball away now a bit big, the regular, alarming regularity.
Yeah, we've now won it back now with Joe Linton now bursting through the middle. Very unlike Joe to take such a heavy touch like that, but he's marauding through the midfield. Here is Big Joe, and then my stream goes kaput.
Well, he's still going in the minute for me. He's going towards the penalty area. Played it wide for Gordon. Gordon in the penalty area. Crosses, look at the far post. Over hits it. For Callum Wilson goes out for goal kick. Iwobi should have done much better there, shouldn't he? He was clean through.
Very heavy touch. I'm on 33-29.
Yeah, well, exactly the same then.
Okay. Terrible touch. Trying to lay it back for Livramento. Iwobi, but Dan Burn did really well. I mean, he made the tackle. You could say, I'm surprised Fulham didn't look for a penalty there, Billy, because Burn was late in after Joe Linton's injured now, Billy.
Joe Linton always has a rest halfway through the afternoon.
Yeah, especially when he's been on a marauding run like that. You think, right, I just need a couple of minutes, guys. I hope he is. Anyway, he looks a bit frustrated. It's his left leg. It looks like his left hamstring, Billy. Oh, surely not. Sean's come back to have a word with Eddie Howe. Now he's calling Bruno over as well. So a little bit of talking between Eddie Howe, Bruno, and Longstaff going on while Big Joe receives treatment. It's definitely a hamstring, Billy.
Yeah, and of course had problems with that earlier in the season, didn't he? So
yeah.
Not one we want to take chances on, really. But I guess it'll be on the players.
I mean, he did seem, when he passed the ball, he put his arms up as if to say that it's gone. Now, is it going to be a risk keeping him on the field if he's got a hamstring problem? Because it's another one of them, Billy, isn't it? Do you risk? I think he's coming off, Billy.
But he's got to come off for 30 seconds anyway.
No. The linesman's got his board. The fourth official's got the board. He's coming off. Joe Linton's off injured. And on comes Lewis Miley. This is unfucking believable. This is unbelievable.
You know what I'm going to say?
I mean, you cannot write a script, Billy. You cannot write a script for this. 2 hamstring injuries in the first half.
All down to, the amount of games they've played, I'm afraid.
Well, yeah, stick a great white shark up my arse, Billy. This is incredible. You would not expect this at all. Lascelles rises for a header, cleared away again. So, although Fulham are at 10 men, we now have lost 2 of our first 11 through injury. So, this is it. I just can't. Livramento did well there because, yeah, and then he's barged to the floor. That's a little bit naughty. He is Longstaff.
Longstaff's come to the left-hand side of the midfield 3 and Miley to the right.
Yeah. Bruno looks like he's staying in the 6, Billy, by the looks of things.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly. Hamstrings pinging like elastic bands left, right, and centre at St James's Park today. As Dan Burn goes out left to Tino Livramento. Livramento, a little bit of shimmying and lays it into Longstaff. Longstaff spins back to Bruno. Bruno plays it down for Miggy, who's on the left-hand side now. Almirón back to Bruno. Bruno close to the edge of the area and lays it into Miley. Miley across to Emil Kraft. Miley continues his run in the box, pulls it back. Callum Wilson. It's blocked. It's in the air. It's cleared. And away come Fulham with Kearney bursting out. Good challenge that, but the referee says play on. Kearney cries into his tissues, but play goes on. And Miggy again now on the left-hand side. Looks like he swapped with Gordon here, Billy.
Yeah, 5 or 10 minutes maybe, just to see if they can. Well, they want to make the pitch as wide as possible, don't they, with the 10 men?
Yeah,
it's a good ploy, actually.
Bruno now looking for help, gets it from Miley. Miley lays it back to Lascelles. Lascelles straight down the line to Emil Kraft, who's in a lot of space. Kraft rolls it into Gordon. Gordon's got an opportunity to get the cross in. Doesn't beat the first man, though, and it's out for a throw in. Bazza Bush, which is Paul, thank you very much for your £5. I'm waiting for Ant and Deck to come out anytime now for Saturday night takeaway because this is a feckin' joke. Philip Gow, thank you for your £5. Hi, guys, love the channel. Sadly, my dad, Phil. Oh, no. Phil's passed away.
Oh, shite.
Yesterday morning, he loved the show. All he ever talked about. Keep up the good work, guys. Oh, my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. I know Phil was a big part of the channel.
Heartfelt condolences. Oh, mate. God, Phil was a massive part of the channel.
He was. That's awful news. So sorry to hear that. Oh, shit, man. Love and prayers to the family, guys. I hope you continue to watch in your dad's memory because he was a big part of this channel. And I'm so sorry to hear that. So thoughts and prayers with the family. That's awful. There's a cross there from Tino Livramento. Just over the top of Wilson's head.
It's very slightly overhit.
Yeah. Eddie Howe looking very pensive there.
It's been a horrible 39 minutes, hasn't it? Let's be honest, on the red card aside.
Well, I mean... 2
massive injuries and we've not really given them a shot to save, have we really? We had a good chance from Gordon, we hit the bar, but aside from that, it's been very, very paltry, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. I mean, I don't think Leno's had to make a save yet, has he? Obviously, we've hit the bar, but we haven't tested the goalkeeper, which is a little disappointing.
It's a bit disjointed, let's be honest. And these substitutions ain't going to help, obviously, but...
Yeah.
We need to stretch the pitch, get it as wide as possible, make Fulham run. Let's wear them out. That was a foul throw.
I thought it was as well, but they don't seem to be getting picked up, these foul throws, very much. As it's back with Leno now.
Ooh,
yeah, good pressure by Miggy, but in the air it goes. Dan Burn's got all the time in the world to bring that down and lays it off to Tino Livramento. Lots of RIPs coming in for Phil. Thank you very much, everybody in the chat. That's lovely. Back to Bruno now. Bruno, look at the right-hand side, though. Kraft's cutting in there, and there's still acres of space. Bruno fires a left-foot ball, and it's headed out for a throw into Newcastle. But there is loads of space on that right-hand side, Bill.
100%. Yeah, that's where we want to be attacking mainly.
Chris says our poor summer recruitment, also squad rotation by Eddie, and the worst injury crisis known for the club doesn't help out the campaign, says Chris.
I couldn't agree more.
Still goalless. We're inside the last 5 minutes of the first half now. It's been a very, very strange game. Strange game. But we haven't tested Leno, and that's what we want to see.
Very subdued.
Fulham have had a couple of shots, from outside the box. One good opportunity for Iwobi. Oh, that's poor for Miley this time, and we lose the ball. Kenny has done that really well so far in this first half, Billy, bringing the ball out for Fulham.
Yeah.
And now Iwobi's done well to find some space, and Iwobi bursts over the halfway line for Fulham. They've got men forward here. Iwobi, what a fantastic run. Into the box they come. It's played across, and it's a good interception from Dan Burn. It could have gone anywhere, but I don't think there was anyone particularly behind Burn there, but he had no choice, Billy.
No, he didn't. It was a very swift counter-attack, wasn't it? Iwobi burst for the middle, played it wide. Good ball in the middle, but Dan Burn was in the right place at the right time just to clear it for corner. But this will be kind of Fulham staple now, isn't it? Set pieces, that's what they'll be looking to score from.
Absolutely.
And then sit back and defend what they've got. First corner of the game.
Oh, I'm gutted about Phil. Really am. I know he was in hospital. I know he was poorly, Billy.
I wasn't aware of anything else.
No, he said he was in hospital, but I think he was in good spirits, though. Oh, it's so sad. So sad. Anyway, corner for Fulham now. And it's a short one. Kenny will cross it in the box. It's right to the back post, and Dubravka claims that well. And trying to get the throw in away and get out Newcastle United on the break quickly. Good, and he does now. Emil Kraft. Sorry, that's Sean, isn't it? It's intercepted. See, that's just where we lack, Billy. When we break out like that, there's men forward, and we end up hitting it off the Fulham player.
And we could do with that being Gordon, couldn't we? Back on the right-hand side now, looks like.
He is. Good pass back to Bruno now. Bruno inside to Gordon. Gordon into the D of the penalty area. Played back to Longstaff. Out to Bruno. Back to Livramento. First time ball in. And it's a chance for Miggy on his right foot. And it's short again. And the referee, what's he given there?
Free kick, I think.
Oh, Callum Wilson's down injured now. Ian Badman, thank you very much for gifting 5 memberships. That is incredibly kind. Thank you so much.
Wilson's been pulled there in the box.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it again. In comes the ball. Wilson goes down.
You can't see it from that angle, but the other side you see it perfectly. Tossing, pulls in from behind.
Should Sean have done better, though?
I think they are. Looking at this.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, they are. Checking the
there you go. Look, it's pulled him.
Yeah.
There you go. There.
Yeah, I think this is a penalty. I do think this is a penalty.
Not given.
No. VAR say no, Billy. And, Philip's family have renewed his membership. That's incredible. Thank you so much. His memory will live on the channel. So thank you so much for renewing his membership. That's an incredible gesture. And it just means he'll always be part of the channel. So thank you very much for renewing that. If you can you just email me and let me know all the sort of what happened? Because I do. The email address is near the bottom of the description, just because obviously Phil kept us informed of how he was doing and that. So if you can just drop us an email so we can stay in touch as well, that would be nice. So thank you for doing that. I know it's a very, very difficult time right now. I'm really sorry. But that's lovely they've renewed the membership, Billy.
It certainly is. Really nice.
Ian Badman, thank you for another £5 super chat. He says, in memory of Phil for the free memberships. Lovely. Thank you very much. We've got 1 minute of normal time left here in the first half, and it's been frustrating, Billy, hasn't it?
It's been very bitty, hasn't it? It's no real structure to the game at all, really.
As Fulham are bursting down the left-hand side here in acres of space. In comes the cross, and that's great defending by Lascelles, because Iwobi was there for a tap-in. If Lascelles didn't intercept that...
I don't know where Kraft was then.
Yeah, absolutely not. But it's now with Bruno to Miggy. Oh, that's dangerous. Whoa, my God. Playing it around at the back. But to be fair, they've played it out bloody well.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they got away with it.
Here's Callum Wilson now. Holds it up well for Miggy. Miggy's taken out, but play goes on. Get up, Miggy. Come on. Get up. Oh, we've lost the ball, and Fulham now come forward.
So where's the advantage there, ref?
Exactly. It will be in acres of space here on the left-hand side.
Plank, it's too open for a game against 10 men.
Yeah, I'm not enjoying this at the minute. Dubravka has the ball. And now he rolls it out quickly to Callum Wilson. Wilson now just inside his own half. Gordon's making a great run ahead of him, but he couldn't get it
the
away.
ball.
That's a foul free kick to Newcastle. But I think Gordon's a bit frustrated there, Billy, because he made a great run, and Callum's acknowledging him. Because I'm sure if that was the other way around, Billy, he'd be having a right go at Anthony Gordon. 8 minutes of additional time.
I'm not surprised.
Yep. Livramento now has it on the left-hand side. Inside now to Sean Longstaff. Turns to Bruno. Bruno, again, space on the right-hand side, but lays it up to Livramento. Back to Sean Longstaff. Longstaff now. Inside to Livramento now. Inside the penalty box. Livramento's got Gordon and plays it down to Gordon. Right by the corner flag now. Anthony Gordon looking to try and get the ball across. Plays it inside to Bruno. Why every time he goes near the penalty area, my stream drops?
Too intricate. Now it's Bruno. Now it's the ball. Wide out goes to the other side where Kraft is. Kraft pulls it back to Bruno. Bruno crosses it in the middle looking for the Newcastle head. Doesn't find one. He waits on the edge of his box. Hustled by Dan Burn and he loses out. Lascelles now squares it now down to Livramento. Back to Jamal Lascelles. Everyone in the Fulham half apart from Martin Dubravka at the minute. Ball for the middle for Miley from 30 yards. But it was a great ball. Kraft with the cross. It's a good one. And Gordon gets head. It goes over the bar.
It's good pressure, Billy. But again, we've got to be more clinical, I think, haven't we?
Yeah, without a doubt. It's.
I mean, I think that was a little bit behind Anthony Gordon. To be fair to the lad, it was very difficult to keep it down. 46-52, Billy.
Just slightly ahead of me.
Okay.
1 second, 2 seconds.
Oh, well, that's all right. That's now we can cope with that. Leno certainly not rushing this goal kick, but you wouldn't expect him to. If Fulham can get in at 0-0 at half time, they'll be delighted with that.
It's all been very disjointed. The substitutions haven't helped.
No.
You know, what game plan Eddie Howe had for the game, that's gone out the window with the 2 subs. And it's telling, really. You know, it's showing.
And let's not forget, it's 2 very influential players that's gone off, you know, in Shea and Joe Linton. But here's Bruno. Lays it to Lewis Miley. He's got Kraft wide of him. Emil Kraft. Back to Lewis Miley. Inside to Bruno. Miley makes that dart and run into the box. Bruno cuts it across. Little 1-2 with Sean Longstaff. Not a great return from Longstaff. Bruno did well. He's got it back out to Kraft. Kraft again with an opportunity to cross, but doesn't. He goes back to Bruno. Bruno. Back to Emil Kraft. Easy. Kraft now will launch the cross in. It's right into Callum Wilson, but it's headed. Oh, that's a very good defensive header back to Leno. But yeah, it should have come in the first time, Billy. He was in acres of space.
Of course it should.
Just to cross the ball.
Overplaying. We're overplaying every time, aren't we?
Yeah. It is frustrating. As Leno puts the ball down. Not sure whether there's a free kick given there in some way. Because nobody's closing him down. Eddie clapping his hands, trying to get. Look, the substitutions that Eddie's made, he's had to, right? He's made the right decisions. You know, he's put Livramento back at left back, which is perfectly comfortable there. Dan Burns certainly better in the. You know, he can play centre back, no problem.
Yeah,
because Botman's obviously not fit enough to play those amount of minutes yet, Billy.
Absolutely not. Which kind of begs the question: was on the bench?
Well, yeah. Here is Bruno bringing it forward over the halfway line. Lays the ball down, and Emil Kraft had to be quick to get onto that. Was slightly overhit by Bruno. Now he is Almirón, right by the corner flag. Flicks it back to Lewis Miley. Miley does well. Gets it back to Bruno. Bruno looking for options. Gets it from Miggy. Almirón now cutting back onto his left. Back to Bruno again. Bruno by the edge of the box. Looked to hit that on his left, but then stabs it across to Livramento. In turn, goes left to Longstaff into the box now. Livramento overlaps. Sean, a chance to hit that. He didn't. He does this time, but it was too late.
Yeah, dithering, isn't he? Take once too much time on the ball.
Yeah. Dan Burn now for Newcastle. To Bruno. Spins it back to Lascelles. Midway through the Fulham half. Out wide again for Emil Kraft. Again, we still haven't forced Leno into a save, which is a little bit disappointing. The amount of, again, I think we're overpassing, Billy. I don't know about you.
Yeah, but need someone to have a go and fucking have a shot and just take someone on or something, you know?
Yeah, get to the edge of the box, have a shot, get a cross in.
Give it Gordon, because he'll win at someone.
Yep, here's Almirón again.
He's in the cut.
Almirón.
There you go.
Pulls it back to Dan Burn. Well within shooting distance, but he doesn't hit. He goes wide to Gordon. Gordon now on the left-hand side. Cuts inside. There's the cross. Miggy on his left foot. was never going in. I think it was good defending, to be honest. The Fulham defender's hurt himself. And the referee stops play, but I don't know why, because it's a leg injury, not a head injury.
He's holding his leg and his head. Crafty twat.
And Callum's asking the question, why are you blowing your whistle? It's not a head injury. Oh, Miggy Studs did catch him on the kneecap like that. That's a painful one, to be fair. But again, he shouldn't have stopped the play because it wasn't a head injury.
No,
and that's what Callum Wilson was saying. Why did you stop the play?
Absolutely unbelievable refereeing. That's poor. Poor refereeing, that.
I'm not sure what Marco Silva's barking at the fourth official for. He's going to do a drop ball, but it should be Newcastle's possession, and it is indeed. So we go on. Here's Gordon. Cuts back in on his right foot. Again, Emil Kraft. Acres of space down the right-hand side. Bruno on the ball now, brings it forward. Now, Emil Kraft. He's going to have to come back. Bruno again. It's back and forth, and then we have to turn. See, the thing is there, Billy, again, when Emil Kraft gets the ball, now he's got to whip it in. This is a perfect chance by the edge of the box. It's a brilliant ball in. Miggy's mishit it. Comes to Livramento. He tries to curl it. It's blocked. Miggy went to put that in on his left foot, and unfortunately, he just completely mishit it. Livramento back to Dan Burn now. We've got about 1 minute and 10 seconds left of the additional time at the end of the first half, which I'd say has been very frustrating, Billy.
Yeah, it's been a very disjointed effort. I mean, if we get one, I think that'll force Fulham out, and we'll probably get one or two more. But it's just, it's his first one we need to get. And
yeah,
it just doesn't look like it's coming at the minute. I've got to say, it's very disjointed.
Oh, that's terrible pass by Dan Burn, and Fulham spring away, and it's a 2-on-2 here for Fulham. But Dan Burn makes up for it with a brilliant tackle. Good play by Dan Burn there. Could have sulked. He didn't. And the referee has blown for offside against Callum Wilson.
Eh? Strange decision.
And Wilson is down at the moment for Fulham. I think he's just took an impact knock there off the tackle from Dan Burn. He's still on his hunches. Oh, get up, you pussy. Jesus Christ. Maccas, the email is in the description. It's near the bottom, not right at the bottom. It's near the bottom where it says business inquiries. It's just pd.toonreview at gmail.com. We got nearly 2,000 people watching, guys. Thank you so much for your company this afternoon. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Click the logo and subscribe to the channel. Come and be part of this incredible community here on the Toon Review. And, of course, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying the stream. A lot of people having a dig at Miggy there for that opportunity. Billy saying he completely fluffed it. I think it was whipped in at pace, but, it was an opportunity. But then again, I don't think Sean meant that at all. I think he was trying to go out to Kraft, but then we've lost it. And that should see out the rest of this first half. Fulham coming forward here and coming forward at pace down the left-hand side. We've got to be careful here. We don't switch off because the referee won't blow when the ball's down there. Good defending by Emil Kraft. And that should be it. But the referee doesn't seem like he wants to blow the halftime whistle yet, Billy. We're well over the 8 minutes.
Yeah.
As Almirón brings it forward, cutting across the field now, through the centre circle. Out wide now for Anthony Gordon. Can Newcastle get a goal right at the end of the half? It will be a great time to score. Gordon cuts across. Not really. And then he shoots way over the bar. And again, our shooting boots just don't seem to be here.
It's been a poor first half. Let's be honest.
As the referee, I believe, has blown for half-time.
Yeah.
And it is goalless. Billy, thoughts on that first half, bud?
Yeah, very disjointed first half. No real structure to our play. 2 injuries have really affected us. Joe Linton is a massive loss, as is Fabian Schär. Sending off for Fulham should have helped us, but what it's done, it's made them kind of dig in. And we need to kind of create chances, and we're not at the minute. I don't think Lennon's had a shot to save. Dubravka's been busy with the 2 goalkeepers, even with 10 men. So frustrating afternoon so far. Very frustrating. Yeah,
but obviously the injuries will be a talking point again, Billy. Unfortunately, we've been struck down with 2. And as I said in commentary there, 2 of our more influential players. Fabian Schär, the first to go, bringing the ball out brilliantly like we know he can, went past a couple of players and then ping, something went. And then, of course, around about 10, 15 minutes later, Joe Linton makes a run into the box. And just as he gets to the box, pulls up with a hamstring injury himself.
Yeah, it's just the way things are going. And it's the accumulation of games that lads are playing in short space of time makes you more susceptible to injuries. Yep. I've been saying it for quite a while now that all this kind of not rotating plays is going to come back and bite us on the arse. And it has today, and it has kind of every game for the last week, let's be honest. Since the Everton game, Spurs game, Milan game now, tiredness and fatigue, and now the injuries that come from fatigue. Yeah, it's not been great management from the manager, I've got to say. Game management.
The shooting just isn't there, Billy. Shane, thank you very much for your $2.99 Australian dollars. He says, if only we had a player like St. Maximin at the moment with a laughing emoji.
Well, that's the kind of player you want. Someone that's got creativity and does things out of the ordinary. We haven't got anything like that now.
I mean, look, this is going to be a very, very difficult second half, Billy, because, we know it's difficult playing against 10 men. People say, it's 10 men. But we know that in football, it's never that easy. Unless you're somebody like Manchester City who can just pass the ball around for fun. But in that first half, we've had multiple chances down the right-hand side to cross the ball, and they just seem reluctant. And then we get to the edge of the box and we're reluctant to shoot. And then the shots that we have seen have gone way over the crossbar.
Yeah, there's definitely a lack of creativity. Bruno had a little spell in the halfway. We were starting to pull the strings, but they've kind of shut that down. Kearney's been outstanding for them, shutting down Bruno. And that'll be their game plan. It's just digging in, isn't it, and stopping us from creating chances. And they've done it really well first half. You've got to give them credit for that with the 10 men.
And there's the thing that worries me, Bill, is there's not much we can do now, as a forward unit, because we've only got goalkeepers and defenders left on the bench now. I mean, Matt Ritchie's there, yes, but he's not exactly a game changer these days, is he? So it's not easy this second half. We've got players who are fatigued. We've got players who aren't fit, who are just coming back from injury, who will struggle to get through 90 minutes. Fulham will be confident in the second half, despite only having 10 men. And, they can play that break game, can't they? They can counterattack us quite quickly.
Well, the point of it now is we haven't even got the option of pulling Wilson off and moving Gordon to the middle and Joe Linton out left. We're really hamstrung now. I've got to say it's a bit worrying, actually, and it's worrying for the future games as well. Let's be honest.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're Eddie Howe now, Billy, what do you say to those players in that dressing room?
You've got to stretch the pitch. You've got to make the pitch as wide as possible.
Yeah.
Even if it means swapping Miggy and Gordon for the whole of the second half, if need be. Just get that pitch wide as possible. Make them cover every blade of grass to keep us out. And let's see us going at plays, going past the defenders, crossing the ball in, and taking advantage of the crosses. That's the only way we're going to win this game.
I mean, it's. I don't know. I don't know where we go. Jazz, thank you very much for your $1.99. He says, for me, Kraft's been our best player. He can cross. Yeah, but again, what I'll say is, there's times he's been acres of space and he's passed the ball back to Bruno or Longstaff instead of getting the ball in. And I think Callum's proved, Billy, that he can get on the end of it. There was a cross came in, I think it was from Gordon earlier in the first half, or Longstaff it might have been, and he was well behind the defenders, but as the ball was coming across, he then gets in front, and that's what Callum's really good at.
Yeah, that's what he's there for. He's a fox in the box. He wants some kind of service, something to feed on, and only happened once in the first half, so I remember, and he got ahead on it. Unfortunately for us, straight to the goal is midriff, but at least he got there, and I'd have thought they'd tried to do more of that, since it worked the first time. But I just think we're overplaying a little bit as well through the middle. You're not going to cut through a side that's got kind of 6 defenders in front of you in the middle. You've got to stretch the play as much as possible, get crosses in.
So, alternatively, if you're Marco Silva, Billy, what do you say to your players at half time?
Well, just keep doing as you're doing. Just defend, get 10 men behind the ball, and if we get a chance to break, then let's break and maybe snatch something. And the fatigue will set in for Newcastle later in the game. Maybe you'll have a chance to do something then. But we need to. That'll be his plan. Absolutely, it will still be the same plan as what Milan had Wednesday night with the fatigue issues hitting us at 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Although they've only got 10 men, but it's still a dangerous game for us. It's not won, absolutely not, and it's we can still definitely lose this game because, as I say, the tiredness issue will definitely come into play now.
I mean, I'm a little bit worried, I have to say, Billy. It seems like we're just. we're running on air now. We're running on fresh air, and it's going to be extremely difficult in this second half. But look, it's a test for the lads, and we know that they can come through these tests. We've seen it many times before. We may. I have a feeling Eddie might go in and say, "Look, lads, first 10, 15 minutes, let's really try and get a goal." Because I think, I think we mentioned it in the first half, Billy. If we get a goal, I think the floodgates could open, personally.
They could, yeah, absolutely. It'll give us a spring in our step as well. It will give us a second wind, and we can take advantage of that. But, I mean, Fulham will be determined not to kind of let us. We've got to stretch the pitch. It's as simple as that. Against men, you make the pitch as big as possible.
Yeah.
Make them cover more ground. It's as simple as that.
But, of course, time will tell. They're getting a good rest at half-time now, and I think the perfect opportunity for us will be first 10, 15 minutes. But we've got to get crosses in. I mean, who stood out for you for Newcastle in that first half, Billy?
Nobody in particular. I've got to say, there's no one that's kind of really stood out. I mean, Kraft's been okay at right back, I guess. He's got himself forward. He's defended pretty well. Dan Burns looks okay at centre half. They're making mistakes now and again. The Sal's been pretty solid. But we want the attacking players to be the ones that kind of catch the eye, and at the minute they're not.
Well, let's just hope. Why is that not changed? Oh, okay. I've taken the wrong one out. Oh, you buffoon. You absolute buffoon. What have I done there? Let me have a look.
Stato's with us.
Do you want to bring him on, Billy? And I'll just finish these graphics off here.
There he is. Stato's in with us.
How are we doing?
All right. Very frustrating afternoon so far.
Yeah, it's a very peculiar match. It's very odd. Obviously, injuries are ridiculous. They're getting silly now. It's very frustrating. The lads themselves are getting frustrated with it. It's difficult. The red was a definite red. It was a horrible challenge from Jimenez. I don't know what he was doing. He was just playing the man, not the ball. If you play the man, you deserve to be sent off every day of the week. It's just one of those. A little bit naive, sloppy passing. Got to be careful because they can score on the counter if we're not careful. We've been threatened. We've been warned 2 or 3 times. We need to make sure we cut that out. And offensively, there's a couple of players making things happen. Gordon, Livramento, and Bruno are trying to pull some strings. Miggy has been absolutely abhorrent. I think it's the worst performance I've seen from him this season so far. He's just lost his confidence completely now. At least beforehand, at least a few weeks ago, he was playing with confidence, but it just wasn't going in. Now there's no confidence as well. He's not taking men on. He's lost the ball a few times. It's very static. We're quite fortunate to have Emil Kraft pretty switched on, and he's played quite well, to be fair. It's just a shame that now we're starting to pump in crosses. Joe Linton's gone off, so Callum Wilson's the only man to aim at. It's just tricky. It's really tricky. We need. I've got dual commentary on, and as they're saying, we need a bit of pizzazz. We need some creativity. Bruno's offering a few flicks and tricks, but secondly, I think we've been really unlucky. Just little bounces in that final bit. They've been bobbling up left, right, through Longstaff's legs. Nothing's settled. It hasn't quite dropped for us yet. So it's a bit of that, and a bit of it's our own fault as well. But we've got another full half with an extra man. We've got to win this game. Simple as anything except to win today will be a massive failure of a result for this game.
Tiredness is going to be an issue, though, Alex, isn't it? We are going to get tired in the second half. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Plus, we've got those players returning from injury who not quite fully fit. But the bench worries us, Alex, because there's no attacking options now for Eddie on the bench.
It shouldn't matter. We've got all the ball. This is a training ground exercise now. Work the space. We don't need everyone. Everybody needs to be in the right shape, and you need one to make a move or a few more to pull to sort of do decoy runs. You don't need everybody absolutely caning it. If it's the other side of the pitch, we've got possession. It's not the most tiring sort of way to play football. We should be fine. We just need to be very careful we don't get hit on the counter.
Well, that's the thing. Fulham have looked in that first half, Alex, that they could cause problems on the counter. So we have to be aware of that, not get too frustrated and push too much forward where we leave opportunities for them in the counter.
Gordon and Miggy have been very careful sometimes it was them who made them. Well, I'm talking about Miggy specifically, who gave the ball away, but they have tracked immediately. As soon as we lose the ball, we've got players back, which is something we do quite well. We need to make sure we do that, because we can't leave Lascelles and Byrne with a foot race. Not a chance, or we will concede. So Gordon, Livramento, Miggy, and Kraft to a point, depending on if he's just overlapped. But if we lose the ball, we need them all running straight back as quick as possible.
Do you think we should add a penalty?
It's a tricky one. You kind of feel like it would have been extremely soft, but at the same time, he stopped him from running into the path of the ball. It's kind of, because I feel like Callum was running towards where the ball was going, but then it is going to be really soft if you give it. It's a really difficult one. Probably no, you don't really want to see them given, but at the same time, I feel like we deserve something for it, whether a warning to that player. Maybe it's a shame that you can't tell the player off, but not give a pen, if that makes sense, because it wasn't a clear goal scoring opportunity. He just prevented Callum from going into where the ball was going to land ish. Yeah. Which should have been punished in some way, but you can't punish him. If you punish him, you have to give the pen. So it's a real tricky one in this day and age.
Well, you have a fan in the chat, Alex. Life Goal says the bearded chap at the bottom is so articulate, also very handsome, but that's irrelevant.
Thank you very much. Well, we don't care about me today. We just care about getting some points. We need 3 points.
Absolutely,
we need to win the game.
Yeah, Keith Truscott, thank you for your £2 super chat, I should say. Stop trying to walk the ball in. Try hitting it. I mean, that is. I mean, some of the shots again, just over the bar and things like that, Alex, and it does get frustrating, and that's what I mean about frustration kicking in in the second half. They've got to be careful that when they do try opportunities and it doesn't go in, that they keep going.
Of course, we need to stop. Like, this has happened early days in the season, especially against Liverpool. We've had certain games where we just the lads sometimes sit into that mentality that it's not our day. We can't do that. We can't just go, it's not our day today. Not at all. We need to come out half time with the mentality of we need to push. We need to score goals, not goals, plural. We can't sit back and go, it's just one of those where it doesn't go in. No, not good enough. We've got to keep pushing. We've had 11 shots, 2 on target. Fulham have had 3 on target. Fulham have had more shots on target than us, which is not good enough in the context of everything that's happened with the red card and how we're playing. I understand we've obviously had some injuries, but the fact that Fulham have had more shots on target is not good enough. We've not even accumulated yet 1 XG. We're on 0.96, so we're not even worthy of a goal theoretically yet. I mean, I know Gordon hit the underside of the crossbar. Unfortunate, but we need to keep pushing. It will go in if we keep doing it. We just need to make sure we're mixing it up. We can't be too predictable. Maybe somebody needs to help Callum as well. When the Kraft cross is about to come in, normally it'd be Joe Linton with Callum. There's no one there. We need Longstaff, or we need someone, or Miley. Someone needs to box crash. Someone needs to do a Scott McTominay. We need some midfielders to arrive late and help. We need somebody at the edge of the box to recycle. But I'm sure they'll go through that. I mean, Makaz has just put something down in the chat that I wanted to say as well. We really miss Jacob Murphy. We don't necessarily need somebody better than Miggy right now. We just need somebody different. We haven't even got that. Yeah.
Well, Alex, thank you very much for your summary, and we'll catch you at full time, my man.
For the win, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. We'll see you soon, buddy.
See you soon.
That was Stato with his first half analysis. What are you hoping to see, Billy, as Fulham come back onto the pitch? What are you expecting to see the second half?
I want to see less intricacy. I want to see the pitch stretch. So swapping Miggy and Gordon permanently for the second half. Gordon on the right, Miggy on the left, making the pitch as big as possible. Crosses in, midfielders joining the attack, as Alex said, Longstaff and preferably Longstaff and perhaps Miley as well. And let's get a goal, and let's kind of get a second wind and take these to the cleaners.
Indeed, as we're just looking in the tunnel here, Newcastle making their way out onto the field. And I've changed, obviously, the lineup on the screen. So the current lineup should now be on the graphics as well. As you can see there. So let's just hope we can put. I think this game could go 2 ways, Billy, because it could go if Fulham score, they're going to park the bus and make life extremely difficult for us. I think if we score, that opens the game up. Fulham will have to come at us with 10 men, which will open the gaps up again, which I think will benefit us. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So Newcastle will kick off. We're underway for the second half. Howie, lads, let's get this done. Let's battle through this and get the 3 points. The ball with Lascelles plays it out wide now to Emil Kraft down the line for Almirón. Almirón has a look, sees what's available, has to come back to Emil Kraft. Of course, there's no rush to get a goal straight away, Billy. Just let's pass our game into the half again, warm up again, and get going that way.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Eddie hasn't actually automatically made that change of Miggy and Gordon swapping. I really am. Yeah,
it's a strange one because I think Miggy would do better on the other side. Here is Almirón, plays it down the line for Emil Kraft. Kraft, a lovely ball inside, looking for Miley, and we get a corner. And Miley's getting better at doing that, isn't he, Bill? Sean does it a lot, but obviously Miley's on the pitch now to get further forward.
He is.
And he does that really well.
He does indeed. I'm slightly ahead of you.
What a surprise. What time are you on?
46:12.
Oh, you're about 5 seconds ahead of me, Billy Bob. Right, I'll refresh, see where we are. Right, 46:24.
Yeah, about a second ahead of me. That's fine.
There you go.
Got that dickhead in the Christmas tree thing.
Enough said. Guys, please do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner, just click on the logo and subscribe to the channel if you're new and you like what you see. Come and be part of this incredible community now and help us get towards 26,000 subscribers. We are, 130 odd away. So with your help, we'll get there sooner rather than later. So thank you in advance for that. Please do subscribe if you're new. And, of course, hit that like button if you are enjoying the stream, everybody. As Newcastle have the ball now with Bruno. He's bundled to the floor, I think is a fair way of saying that by Iwobi.
Indeed. Chelsea taking it against Sheffield United, Cole Palmer.
Wow. Luton winning at Bournemouth as well, by the way. Here's Miggy Almirón down the line again for Emil Kraft, right by the corner flag. Kraft will let that go for a corner. Good play by Emil Kraft there.
Yeah.
Because it sort of took a slight deflection off Robinson and Kraft was going to go for it again. He thought, no, that's going out for a corner. I'll just leave that.
I love Kraft. I think he's the ultimate professional. He really is.
He's done really well, actually, since he's come on. And to be honest, he's done really well since Eddie Howe's arrived.
He has, yeah.
He's really improved this game.
He was a laughing stock, wasn't he? But
yeah, 100%.
Since Eddie Howe's arrived, he's become a proper integral part of the squad.
Yep. Here comes the corner from Anthony Gordon. It's not cleared the near post. And Fulham deal with it. It's bouncing around there. That's a terrible tackle from Miggy. And I'm surprised he's not going to get booked there. That was a nasty one on Tom Kearney.
Yeah.
Left his foot in, but the referee leaves his cards in his pocket. And a free kick to Fulham. Just seeing a replay again.
VAR checking the Chelsea goal.
Oh, I tell you, Billy, that's a high tackle from Miggy. He's lucky to get away with that. That's right up on the thigh of Kearney. Oh, I tell you what. Not even a booking for that. That surprised me, that. But anyway, we'll not complain. It's let's get on with the game. Leno will take the free kick for Fulham. Launches it forward, looking for Iwobi. He's got Dan Burn to deal with. Burn comfortably wins the header. Iwobi's been a bright for Fulham in the first half. And here come Fulham. Oh, he couldn't take that there in his stride, but he's still got it on the right-hand side, Alex Iwobi. And he's going on a little Miranda and run to the byline here. Gets a cross in. Lascelles stabs it away. Longstaff's header is rotten. I don't know who he was trying to aim for there, Sean Longstaff, but Fulham have got the ball back, yeah?
Really poor header.
I don't know where he was. I don't know who he was trying to head it to, Billy.
You've got to try and just clear it.
Lascelles with a nice interception there.
Yeah, good position for Jamal.
And now Gordon into Livramento up to Dan Burn. Sorry, Longstaff again. Why do I keep saying Dan? It looks like Dan Burn, except it's like alike. 2 foot height, 2 foot difference in height. Here's Lewis Miley. Plays it wide now for Emil Kraft. Newcastle in a good position here. Almirón now. Again, Miley made the run. Almirón cuts inside, doesn't use him. He's going across the field here, Almirón. Looking for runners. Gives it to Bruno. Bruno within shooting distance. Bruno! Straight down the throat of Leno.
Bournemouth have equalised against Luton. Dominic Solanke.
A striker who we have been linked with in the past. Again, this time on target, Billy, but not making Leno work.
No, but at least he pulled the trigger. I mean,
Yep.
People have been saying he hasn't been, so when he does, we can't fault him, and that's really poor from Leno.
Yeah, good pressing by us as well, forcing them to make that mistake. He is Miley. Rolls it back to Dan Burn. Burn's got Livramento to the left and uses him. Livramento down to Anthony Gordon. Gordon. Again, Livramento goes on the overlap, which puts the full back in two minds. Oh, that's too intricate from Gordon. Yeah. Trying to play in Sean Longstaff there. It didn't happen.
Kearney's very good, isn't he?
He is. Yeah.
Just very calming influence.
We've got Fulham very pegged in here. Don't foul. He's going nowhere there. There was 3 Newcastle players around him, and it goes down and free kick to Fulham. And, of course, they're not going to rush these free kicks or anything like that. They will take the time over these.
100%. Man City 2-0 now. Rico Lewis with their second.
You'd expect Man City to win today. But then again, I mean, they're not exactly in great form. Here's Longstaff to Livramento. Newcastle with most of the possession as you'd expect so far in these opening moments of the second half. But nothing direct yet. Livramento, he's got to the byline. Good run this by Tino. Pulls it back. Wilson pulls it to Gordon. Great save by Leno down to his left.
Oh, Mickey should have been in on that far post then. He was standing off.
I'm just wondering if Wilson should have left that for who. I'm not sure who was behind him, Billy, or whether he didn't get a shout because whoever it was behind him was on his own and would have had a tap in.
I mean, it seems I'm being ultra critical of Mickey, but you look at his positioning for that shot, he's not in it, but he should have been at the far post. When the parry comes, he could have had that. Here's
Lewis Miley. Great run from the kid. Lewis Miley! Oh, good save by Leno. A comfortable save, but he had to make the save. Great confidence from Miley again, Billy.
Yeah, fantastic run and shot. Again, a bit too close to Leno, but we are kind of looking like we put, knocking the door in a minute.
We're ramping it. See here, Billy. Oh, it was Miley just behind Wilson.
Yeah, but look at Mickey. Mickey's coming into the picture now. He should be on his far post.
Yeah, he's miles away, isn't he? Yeah. But I just wonder if Miley didn't give Wilson a shout there, because I think Callum could have or would have dummied that, and it would have been a tap in really for Miley.
I'm not sure if Wilson's going to dummy in the 6-yard box.
Well, that's a good point. That's an awful pass by Bruno. Gives it away. And that's a foul by Emil Kraft and could well be a yellow card. Took one for the team there, did Mr. Kraft. Oh, it's an old-fashioned ice hockey hip check, that, to be fair. I don't think he's booked him, though. Which I think all the benches are up. And I think Fulham might have a point there is to say, well, hang on a minute. That's 2 we've got away with here.
Referees seem reticent to give cards, don't they, at the moment in time?
Yeah, it's interesting. Miley, not a great touch that, but it goes straight to a Iwobi. And Fulham trying to unlock the door here and might just do so. Big chance, good defending by I think it's Dan Burn. It's still going on.
Well.
I think it's long. I don't know who it is. I can't bloody see.
He's injured, whoever he is.
And Newcastle break away now with Almirón. He's got Gordon ahead of
him.
That's an awful pass, Mickey. Just played into the path of him, for God's sake.
Absolutely dog shit.
Billy, that's an easy pass. That is a really easy pass.
Yeah.
Anyway, Longstaff now. Miggy's
well.
in. Chance. No, it's in the corner for Newcastle.
Mate, back that time. Great defending, mind.
Yeah, I don't mind Miggy shooting there, Billy, but it was the pass before.
Oh, it's saying that.
Callum's not happy with Miggy there, like.
I'm not surprised.
Screaming at him. I feel it's coming, Billy. A goal is coming.
Chelsea 2-0 now. Nicholas Jackson.
Wow, that's a shock. Gordon now whips the ball in straight down the throat of Leno, and he carries, and he'll just slow the player down and let everybody get back, and then he bowls it out, and Fulham go on the attack. I mean, that was good defending at both ends, really. There, Billy.
It was.
Now Kraft got to be careful here. And he's done very well. Great defending from Emil Kraft.
Brilliant defending.
I'm still not sure who the defender was who got in the way of the Fulham shot. I think it was Byrne. He got a nice kick up the arse after it as well. But then Newcastle break down the other end. I mean, Gordon was in on goal if that pass from Miggy had been into his path. He was in on goal.
Yeah, 1-on-1. It was an easy pass too. And he's done it before, Miggy. You know, intricate passing. He's usually good at it.
Yep. That's Fulham now pressing at the other end. Whipped across. That's a good ball into the box, Fulham, but it's a terrible piece of control. And you wouldn't expect that from Paulina, to be honest. He's better than that.
Pereira, yeah.
Is it Pereira?
Yeah, and what's his face? The one from Man United, didn't it?
Oh, yes. Yes.
But this is the time where we're going to start timing if we are. Okay, we've had the ball more this game, but this is Fulham's game plan.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Billy, that'll be what Fulham want.
Beautiful.
Us to get more and more frustrated and more tired as Livramento now brings it forward for Newcastle. Cuts in on his right foot. Back to Bruno. Not the greatest pass, but Bruno's done well. He's done very well, Bruno. He's done exceptionally well. And it comes to Miley! It's 1-0! Lewis Miley! And it's time to grab your granny because we're going surfing, everybody! Billy, Bruno takes so much credit for that. I mean, he just sort of barreled his way through. Miley's onside. It's a brilliant finish from Miley. That's how to finish. Across the goalkeeper, into the corner. But brilliant work from Bruno. Kept going. And finally, Billy, Ricochet plays a big part in our goal.
Yeah, Ricochet does for once in his life has actually come to our benefit. But fantastic determination and skill from Bruno. But what a finish from the young lad. Into the far corner. Leno, no chance. The 17-year-old kid's just scored for his home team at St James's Park at the Gallagher end. What a dream that is.
I mean, it's a brilliant finish, Billy.
It's a phenomenal finish.
It's such a mature finish.
It's a fantastic finish.
And we deserve it. Let's be fair. We've pummeled them second half. We
have, and now hopefully we can.
Coming.
Yeah, well, now we should get a spring in our step. Second wind, and Fulham have got to come out now. Just got to defend right. We can hit these on the counter all day long.
Absolutely. And look at him. Look at that. He's so delighted, bless him. I'm so chuffed that Miley scored, Billy. So chuffed. But to be fair, he's done well since coming on. He's making the runs. He's and he's keep making them as well. He's not delaying it. He's just brilliant, man. Brilliant.
He's a phenomenal footballer, isn't he? He's going to be a real star for this club. He really is. And he's kind of his upsurgence is kind of saving us a few quid, I think, in January. Yeah,
maybe so. And again, poor play from Robinson this time, doesn't keep the ball in.
Yeehaw!
And he is Bruno. Eddie urging the lads on. Pick the pace up, he says. Obviously, we're not going to sit back for a 1-0, Billy. That's not how Eddie Howe plays.
100% not. Let's get another one. Let's take the game well away from them.
But you know what? That was such an accomplished finish, Billy. A 17-year-old kid at the Gallagher, and he finishes like that. You know, he didn't panic. He just placed it beautifully.
Well, he's been knocking at the door for a few weeks, hasn't he? Even in his first appearance, he hit the bar with his first kind of shot in league football. You know, the goals are always going to start coming. A phenomenal finish, a really great finish. But the work that Bruno did before it was absolutely great. You know, the determination, the skill. Brilliant play.
We're coming back again here, Newcastle. We're just all over Fulham right now. Lovely 1-2. Livramento. Oh, it comes to Miggy. Give it. Here's Emil Kraft. Just flicked off Robinson and into the arms of Leno. But again, Miggy delaying. What the hell?
Yeah, he's... So we're winning 1-0. I don't want to be critical of anyone, but that was poor from Miggy.
Kraft standing in an acres of space, just play to him, and he tries to cut inside.
It's not as if people know he's not what he's going to do. You know, they all know he's going to try and cut inside and get on his left. They're waiting for it.
Miley now for Newcastle. Outside to Almirón on the right. Cuts back. Nice ball inside to Bruno. Bruno cuts inside. Livramento screaming at the back post. Wilson down the edge of the box. Back to Bruno. Bruno, he's got two on the right-hand side here. One of them is Almirón into the box. And what on earth was that?
He tried to chip him at the far post, or he tried to bend it to the far post. with his left foot. At least he's trying things. He's trying fucking my patience. I know that.
I mean, why didn't he just clip that? Well, I'll say, why didn't he clip it in on his right foot? He hasn't got a fucking right foot.
Yeah.
Fulham are making a change on the hour.
Daniel Day-Lewis's right foot's worse than his. Better than his.
And Pereira's gone off. And Castagne's gone off.
Tete on.
Replacing them are Muniz and Tete. I mean, that was that was not the greatest. I mean, look, there's nothing I can say. I love Emil Crafty. He's just went up for that header, Billy. He's took an elbow to the head there. And he's just got up. No more than just get on with the game.
Is what commentators used to, call as a fucking ultimate professional, isn't he?
Yeah,
he really is.
Yeah, absolutely. Good interception by Tino, but it bounces loose. Fulham in possession again. But I think every time Newcastle come forward, there's an opportunity to score now because Fulham, they don't want to lose the game. But, I think, is it a case of for Fulham, Billy, if, we may as well lose 3-0 than 1-0, you know what I mean? But we've got to try and get back in the game.
Well, of course it is. They're trying to stretch the play again. Iwobi's come out wide again and he's their danger man without any shadow of a doubt. There's a man out wide there that Gordon hasn't tracked back.
And there's Dubravka.
He did in the end. Did well to get back in the end.
Yeah, we still got to be careful because they still can cause us problems here.
They've scored 10 goals the past 2 games or 12 goals. However you want to look at it. They're a good side.
Yep. The Styles are now across to Dan Burn. Livramento. Back to Dan Burn. To be fair, the back four have looked quite solid, actually. Even since Emil Kraft's come on, apart from that ball from Lascelles, which has drifted way out for a throw-in.
Good type there. None of the Wednesday then.
Bournemouth against Luton has apparently been suspended due to a player injury.
Oh dear,
that doesn't sound good. The players have had to leave the pitch.
Oh Christ!
Oh my God! I hope everything's okay. That does not sound good at all. Keep us posted in the chat, guys. As Lascelles brings it to the halfway line, rolls it into Emil Kraft. Kraft down the line now for Almirón. There's Lewis Miley again, and Almirón didn't make the run.
Great little flick.
Oh, Lascelles. Well, no free kicks as a referee.
He's a good dive, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Money's for nothing.
And here's Bruno inside to Gordon. Livramento out on the left. Bruno. He's just dictating play, Bruno, isn't he? He's loving that today. Here's Anthony Gordon. Great run. Beautiful ball in for Callum. Oh, and Callum goes down, but Miggy's going to finish the ball off. And it's 2-0 to Newcastle. The goal is given. And Miguel Almirón has scored I did predict he'd score, Billy. Get your dog off my lawn. It's done a massive shit. It's 2-0 to Newcastle. Take that.
I'm not sure where they stand. I think Wilson's offside.
I don't think he is, Billy. I think he's level. I honestly think he's level here. I mean, Miggy can't miss.
He didn't touch anyway.
I mean, that was a hell of a nasty touch.
It's a great little flick from Gordon.
I mean, that's a penalty there. But look at the tackle. Once Miggy puts this ball in the net, Billy. Oof. Tete didn't. I mean, it wasn't Tete. It was the other full centre back. But that's as easy as it's going to come for Miggy.
Yeah, I don't think he invited VAR looking at it because Wilson didn't touch the ball. So, essentially, not to play.
They are looking at it, yeah. I don't think it's offside, Billy. Or has he give offside? I don't know. Possible offside. I'm not sure, Billy. I must be honest. It was close.
Well, he got himself back on again, but he might have gone off again after that. But it's whether he's interfering with play or not.
That's level, Billy, for me, surely.
No, his knee's well off there. But he could.
No, look at the Fulham player's leg, though.
Oh,
I mean, that's as close as it comes, that, like.
Yeah.
I think he's on. I think he's onside, Billy.
Yeah,
I think there's no doubt about the rest of the goal. It's
yeah, I think you're right. They just put a line up there,
and it is given. It's 2-0. Miggy has got his goal. And thank God we are 2-0 up now and cruising. I did think he was level when I first saw it, Billy. But very, very close. But there you go. 2-0 to the Toon. Yeah, and Miggy scores!
He does. And we all said he'd come good, and he has.
Well, I think if he'd missed that, Billy, then I'm sorry. He's just played a horrific ball, by the way. Again, Anthony Gordon in on goal, and Miggy's overhit the pass.
By about 20 yards, yeah. I beg your pardon. Your dog just got in my garden.
Holy cow. Oh, Jesus wept. You cannot write it, man. I think if he'd missed that, Billy, then I'm sorry, but he couldn't have missed that. But then the pass to Gordon, I mean, Jesus Christ. Again, he's through on goal, Gordon, and again, Miggy's over. Gordon must be well pissed this afternoon because he could have had 2 goals.
Yeah, he could have, with the right service, and both times Miggy's let him down.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. But anyway, he's tucked it in. That's the main thing, and he was in the right position this time to finish it.
And let's say that gives him a boost in confidence because
absolutely, yeah.
He's missing his confidence in front of the goal. And let's hope he goes to the purple patch again,
Yep, we certainly could do with it. Absolutely, we could. But we're in total control now. There's no doubt about it. I mean, there's more goals in this for us if we want them.
Yeah.
And here is Miggy on the right-hand side now. Miley again making that run. Miggy holds back from passing. Cuts back, goes back to Lascelles. Lascelles will just knock this straight across to Dan Byrne. Down the line now to Livramento. He cuts across the field, back to Lascelles on the halfway line. Lascelles out to Emil Kraft. Kraft to Almirón. And now Almirón goes on a run. Miley again making that run into the box. Pulls it back and just couldn't find a black and white shirt. But Callum, and that's a foul, surely by Iwobi.
He just pushed him over in front of the ref. An absolute stroker.
And the thing is, he looked at the referee to say, what? It was as blatant as day.
Mental.
Coach Austin, thank you for your $4.99 super chat. He says the 90 million striker has scored. He nearly missed that one too. Look, listen, to be fair to Miggy, he put it in the back of the net and then he got an awful tackle after that. But when you score, the adrenaline's flown. So I think had that been further out, Miggy would have been rolling around in agony. But the fact that he scored, I think that just kept him going.
Can you imagine if he'd let it run onto his right and the bloke got across and cleared it?
Oh, let's not even go there, Billy. Listen, he scored. He's done what he should have done, and that's the main thing. He's put it in the back of the net, and I'm pleased for him. I really am. And like you say, hopefully he gets going with that. Bruno takes the free kick short to Livramento. Out to Gordon on the left-hand side now. Gordon goes on a run. Left foot ball is an absolute peach, and Wilson's took it off Miley again. It comes to the edge of the box. Kraft fires just over the bar.
Oh, unlucky Emil.
Good effort. I think he took it on the half volley, Billy, but it was just on its, the ball was just rising too high.
It's a fantastic cross, but yeah, as you say, Wilson took it off Miley's foot there.
I mean, Miley had a tap in again.
Well, I don't know. I think the angle was against Miley, if I'm perfectly honest.
Give out, Billy. The form he's in, that would have been nestling, mate. It would have been
in
the onion
bag. It's not far over that.
I know. Good effort. Definitely. And we just look like we can score on every attack now. Here's Bruno. Bouncing past 3. Iwobi pushes him over again. What do you expect, you donkey knob? You know what I mean? You're going in like that, throwing players to the floor. The referee's going to blow his whistle. And Iwobi is booked for, I think he's got a booking for dissent, to be honest, Billy.
Yeah, I agree. Gobbing off.
Paulinho, one of the two. I'm not sure who it is got the yellow card. I think it's Paulinho for dissent.
Yeah, well.
I mean, I understand they're frustrated, but come on. You can't throw a play at the floor like that and expect the referee not to blow his whistle. What a melon. Guys, please do subscribe if you're new to the channel. 2,200 watching. Please do by hitting the bottom right-hand corner. Click on the logo and hit subscribe. And welcome to the Toon Review to all our new subscribers as well. Let's see if we can finish over 25,900 by the end of the stream. We've got about 22 more subscribers to get. With your help, we'll get there sooner rather than later. Thank you for being a part of the channel. In comes Bruno's corner. Headed away.
Great one.
And it seemed to have an age to bring that down.
Volley it.
Wilson barging his way through. It's a huge scramble in the box.
What Longstaff volley there?
Well, I think he didn't realise how much time he had there, Billy, because the Fulham players backed off him and he just thought, have I really got this amount of time? Like he had too much time.
Oh.
Well, I thought that was a Newcastle throw, but referee thinks otherwise.
Speaking of Gordon, couldn't have pushed it past Palini because Palini is kind of...
Oh, is there a handball there, Billy? I think that would be harsh.
Yeah, his arms are next to his body, isn't it?
I mean, the fans are up there looking for handball. Gordon's appealing for handball.
Right, see.
Oh, sure, Longstaff's down injured now and needs the physio. Tell me he's not holding the back of his leg, Billy.
No, I don't think so. I think it's more impact. I'm not sure though. He's back to his feet again anyway.
He's up. Hopefully it's impact.
He's holding his knee.
Oh Christ! No. 71 minutes gone. It's Newcastle 2, Fulham 0. A totally dominant second half performance by Newcastle, and Miley getting a goal, Almirón getting a goal, and there's more goals in this for us. There's no doubt about that. And your bottom dollar Eddie will want more goals for goal difference, Billy, because it's still very good, but it's took a hit lately.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get another couple. Absolutely.
As Fulham now come forward down the left-hand side with Robinson. That's not a free kick. That is not a free kick. He was down before Bruno even tackled him there.
Fannies, isn't they?
Yeah, Wilson's pulled a fast one there because he went down before Bruno even made the challenge. Just seeing it again here. Watch this. He's going down there way before the tackle even came.
Fucking absolute nonsense. Dived into him.
That's a shocking dive from Wilson. Jesus Christ.
Palace had pulled one back at the Etihad. Jean-Philippe Mateta.
Oh.
2-1.
Wow. Tom Kearney to take the free kick for Fulham.
Needs to be on our metal here. Needs to be concentrating. Let's get this ball away sharp as possible.
The referee just delaying things, having a word with a few of the players who were having a bit argy-bargy.
Dubravka looks primed to come and claim this.
Here it comes. Kearney into the box. Dubravka comes, and Dubravka claims very well. Good goalkeeping from Martin Dubravka. Well done, my man.
Good predicting from me too.
It certainly was, Billy. Certainly was. What's the lottery numbers, mate?
If only.
I know. Yeah. Here's Longstaff across to Lascelles, midway through his own half. Turns, lays it to Dan Burn. Livramento on the halfway line now. I think the players feel that there's more goals in this as well, Billy. They're up for this. They want to. They all want to get on the ball. Look at Bruno saying, "Come on, bring it forward, bring it forward."
Yeah, and do you know what? There's no fatigue in the legs today. The 2-0 lead, it makes the whole, whole
absolutely, yeah. It's a lot different feeling in the legs when you're 2-0 up to being 2-0 down. No doubt about it.
And plus, we've had the ball 70% of the time. And, it's easier playing when you've got the ball at your feet instead of chasing it. We should be fine here.
Here's Bruno to Lascelles. Longstaff. Emil Kraft. Newcastle just keeping possession here. Happy to keep possession, not do anything silly.
Well, we're trying to pull them out, aren't we? I mean, really, Fulham need to come out if they want the ball. They need to come and get it.
But they're not. They don't seem very keen on actually coming and getting the ball. Which, given that there's 16 minutes left of normal time, the 2-0 down. I know they've got 10 men, but if they want anything from the game, they've got to come and get it.
Yeah.
Almirón now brings it forward over the halfway line. Again, looking for that run from Miley, but turns back to Bruno, who I think has been absolutely superb today, Billy.
Yes, he has, and especially in the second half.
He's just dictating everything in the middle of the park. Here's Anthony Gordon now. Comes across, lays it into Lascelles in the D. Jamal Lascelles out to Kraft on the right-hand side. Craft into Almirón. Almirón a flick down the line for Miley. And Newcastle United now coming forward again. Miley's ball in. Wilson just missed it. I don't know whether he was...
We'll go with his head.
I mean, he's smiling. He should have gone with his head.
Yeah, of course he should have gone with his head. If he goes with his head, he didn't bound to score, but Christ, it's a great effort. Great chance if he does.
Oh, go with your head. Go with your head, Callum. That's a huge opportunity.
Got to go with your head. He knows it as well.
Yeah, we've took a quick corner. Bruno fizzed it in, and it's gone for a goal kick. But it was a good move, that. Kraft. Miggy's little flick was brilliant for Miley down the line.
Yep.
The cross couldn't get any better. And Fulham are now going to make 3 changes now.
Harrison Reed's one of them. He's a right little shithouse.
Yeah. A right little shithouse. Nearly 2,300 of you watching, guys. Thank you so much for your company today. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. We're looking to try and finish over 25,900 subscribers by the end of the stream. We need another 13. So if you are new and you like what you see, hit that logo in the bottom corner and click subscribe and come and be part of this incredible community that we have here on the Toon Review. But don't forget to hit that like button as well, guys. Very important. We keep those coming in. For the channel to stay in the search results in the algorithm of YouTube. Alan Grant, welcome to Toon Review membership. Thank you very much for your support, my friend. Welcome to the family. And thank you to everybody that has subscribed so far this afternoon. We really, really do appreciate it.
I'm quite shocked that Fulham have taken their best 3 players off. I really am.
Well, is that a sign that, Marco Silva's just saying, right, we don't lose this heavily? And we rest some of our players. I mean, is it worth keeping them on, do you think? I don't know. I mean, I think they're going to find it very, very difficult to get back in this game now, Billy. Our tails are well and truly up. Yeah. And we look like we can score on every attack at the moment, don't we?
Yeah. I mean, the people he has brought on are kind of shithouses, really. They could never read another one like that, isn't he? He's and Harrison Reed will definitely put his foot in. He
will, yeah. 13 minutes of normal time to go. I would expect there'll be a bit of injury time as well. We've had goals and substitutions. Callum's gone down again. He's been bear hugged, referee. I mean, it makes Diop's complaint to the referee. I don't know what they expect, guys. He's got his arms around Callum like he's a grizzly bear in the forest.
Yeah, madness.
He just throws him to the floor. I mean, he's like Hulk Hogan there, for God's sake.
And why do they appeal if they've done nothing wrong? It's, there's 20 million cameras watching every move they make. It's blatantly obvious what he's done.
I mean,
all players do it.
That's a bigger wrestling move as you're ever going to see in your life on a football field.
Very dangerous positions for us. We can definitely fly from this. No doubt about it.
Absolutely, we can. Surprised Mickey didn't fancy taking this, Billy, and popping one into the left corner. But it looks like Gordon's going to whip this ball across here. Here it comes.
I think Dan Burns the target here. I mean, there's a mismatch there.
Leno's punched. Good punch by Leno. Gets it out the penalty area. And Bruno goes all the way back to Livramento. Livramento then looked like he was kicking the ball out because Fulham have got a man down here. Looks like a shoulder injury for Muniz, who has just come on, of course. Yeah. Welcome to the game, my friend.
What a waste of Muniz.
Oh, dear Billy.
Got his kicks for free today.
Luton is still suspended, apparently, but Kenny says Luton are back out warming up. So,
what actually happened? Anyone know?
I still don't know.
Lascelles might have gone into him there.
Yeah. But listen, this is just what we needed, I think, ahead of the Chelsea game, Billy. It's been we haven't had to go all guns blazing to get the win. No. We've played reasonably well. Yep. Very frustrating first half, but that was a mixture of everything. The injuries and we just obviously we've got players on that field who haven't had a lot of matches lately. We've lost 2 influential players in bringing us out of defence in Joe Linton and Fabian Schär.
Yeah.
But I think we've definitely regrouped in the dressing room for the second half, Billy, and we've been very, very good second.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes time to acclimatise playing against 10, doesn't it? Sometimes it's hard playing against 10 and 11, so it took us a little bit of time to get into that kind of mindset where we can attack freely without leaving ourselves open at the back. And it's come to fruition second half. I think we'd be really good second half.
The thing is, what we haven't done, Billy, is we haven't rushed, have we? We've played the ball around really nicely.
Yeah, we haven't been too intricate second half either. We haven't been. First half, we were a little bit intricate through the middle while playing Mickey.
Yeah. Oh, great dummy by Emil Kraft, and he's taken out by De Cordova-Reid. That was a brilliant bit of play from Emil. He's had an absolute stormer. Look at this little nutmeg here. Brilliant, man.
And De Cordova-Reid can't understand what he's done wrong, look. Apart from elbowing him in the face. Not a lot apart from that. Dick over Reid.
Yeah, I don't think he was too happy about getting nutmeg there and just sticks the elbow out. Honestly. I think
of course.
Yeah, he's been booked for that.
So
there's another yellow card onto Fulham's. We haven't had a card in this game, unbelievably, so far, Billy, which is nice. But it is going to be, well, it's practically a corner, this, from where the free kick's getting taken. And it's Anthony Gordon again on the set piece. In fact, it might be Bruno, that, actually. It's bouncing around again in the penalty area. Comes to Miggy on his right foot. He hit it, but it's deflected. It comes to Bruno. Bruno to the back post. Dan Burn scores!
Yeah!
And it was it's...
He's hurt himself doing it, I think.
No, it hit Leno and then bounced back off Dan Burn into the net. It's 3-0. And it's now time to grab your granny because we're going swimming. I mean, Leno made a great save, Billy, but then Rick O'Shea's on our side again. It bounces straight back to Dan Burn, and it just bounces off his chest and into the back of the net.
Two outstanding bits of play there. The shot from Miggy with his right foot, which, is a novelty piece.
Yeah.
The cross from Bruno was absolutely phenomenal to the back post.
Yeah.
Really intricate chip.
Dan Burn should have done better with the header, but to be fair, it was a great save by Leno.
He's gone back the other way. He's gone the right way, It's a great save, but unfortunately for Leno, he's gone into the net and he's offside.
He's not offside.
It's handy. That's off his side. Definite goal. 3-0. Happy days.
And then just off the top of his thigh into the back of the net. 3-0. Dan Burn's got a smile as long as Blythe Beach, everybody, and he's loving it, and we are loving it. It's Newcastle 3, Fulham 0. With around about 8 minutes.
I thought you were going to say you've got as small as wide as Blythe Butchers then.
Oh, well, we haven't heard Blythe Butchers for a while on this channel, have we? Jesus Christ. There's a blast from the past. And I think Lewis Hall is going to make an entrance to the game, Billy.
Yes. It might be for Dan Burn, in fact. Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Perhaps.
It is Tino Livramento. And he's had a great game, Tino. He's played really, really well again. Started right back, out to left back. This guy is an absolute star, and we absolutely love him. And Matt Ritchie coming on. There is somebody else going off. I believe it's Dan Burn.
I think Sven Botman's coming on as well.
Dan Burn is definitely coming off after scoring a goal. He's played well today, has Dan Burn. No problems at all.
Well, I think we'll go back to Sven Botman.
Sven Botman enters the field. He is alive. He is real. He's a human.
Just putting himself in first gear.
As we wheel our Rolls Royce out of the garage, and Anthony Gordon will come off for Lewis Hall.
Big smile on his face as well, Sven. Great to see him back.
Absolutely,
really
great to see him back. Yeah,
and fair play to Cher and themselves. Have been fantastic, but we have missed Botman's.
Oh God, there's no doubt about it. You do miss a Rolls Royce. You've lost a Rolls Royce, and you kind of, Lascelles has been like a, one of those reliable Ford Mondeos, if you like, Billy.
Yeah.
But 3-0, comfortable. We've got 6 or 7 minutes left of normal time, plus whatever the referee adds on. And now we've got. He's definitely decided to rest some players. Obviously, giving them a few minutes rest.
I'm surprised him Callum off. I'm surprised, but
if Callum's still feeling fit, Billy, there's no point saying. Well, I think Callum's done really well leading the line today. Possibly should have had a goal. He'd be disappointed he hasn't scored.
Well, that's maybe why he's still on. Maybe he said, "I'm not going off. I want to score first."
Yeah. Foul by Jamal Lascelles right on the middle of the field. The Luton game's been abandoned, Billy. Called off.
I mean, what's the injury? Can people in the chat tell us?
I don't know. I don't know how much people know about it, to be honest. I don't know what's going on. But if you do know anything, guys, let us know in the chat. It's obviously been quite serious what's happened there. They don't call a game off for nothing.
Oh, Luton's captain's collapsed on the pitch. Tom Lockyer.
Well, didn't Tom Lockyer have to go off in the playoff final, if I remember, Billy? He had a nasty injury there and ended up in hospital.
He had
Apparently had a heart attack.
He had heart surgery and was given the all clear to return to playing. This might be good for us. I mean, I'm not just obviously at the right time, but we play Luton next. Potential that this game might be postponed. I mean, I know I'm looking ahead.
See.
You never know.
Apparently, it's a heart attack. I mean, it's awful.
It's horrific.
Yeah, praying that he's okay. Because he did collapse at Wembley, didn't he? Nobody was near him, and he had to go to hospital then.
He had surgery on his heart, and you know, that's worrying. It really is.
That's not good at all. Hopefully he's okay. Anyway, this game goes on. We're into the final 5 minutes, and Bruno's gone down holding his knee.
Oh.
I think it's just a little impact injury there. Yeah, just got a little kick in the back of the leg there.
Well,
he's up. Lukic with the foul there. There is reports, Billy, that he's coming in that he's passed away.
Oh my God.
Oh, I really hope not. I really hope that's not true. But you'll always get rumors on social media until you know the actual story. I think it'll be a little bit early to say that. Paul Tully says he hasn't, so stop spreading BS to the guy who mentioned it. Yeah, let's just wait and see what happens, guys, before we start putting rumors about, please. Here's Matt Ritchie into Bruno. Bruno again knocks it back to Jamal Lascelles. Lascelles outside now to Emil Kraft. Kraft down the line to Almirón. And again, Lewis Miley makes that run.
Well, Gary Lineker's tweeted reports coming in that Tom Lockyer is now alert and responsive.
Well, there you go. And he will probably know more than anybody else. So there you go. Nice ball. And this is a good opportunity for Sean Longstaff. And he's blasted over. And he knows he should have done better there. That could have been 4 and probably should have been 4. He did well there, Billy, and then he's in the D and just got under it a little bit too much there.
Ooh, it's not far over, is it? Christ. It's a good effort. Like you say, should have done probably a little bit better. Should have hit the target at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I feel a bit hollow now, I've got to say. That old news, but
yeah, I think he's all right, Billy. I think if Lineker and Sky Sports are saying he's up and alert, then I think that they'll have proper sources there. So I think I'm going off what they say rather than anybody else. So you know, if Lineker and the broadcasters are saying he's up and alert, then that's fine by me.
They're saying a head injury more than heart.
Interesting. Here come Luton trying to pull a goal back here.
Luton?
You know who I mean. Bloody Fulham. But for good defending that by Lewis Hall, forced him back.
Forced him back, yeah.
As Luton try and get some sort of consolation in the last couple of minutes of this game.
Luton?
Sky Sports are report. Billy, just sod off. Sky Sports are saying he's alert and responsive, so there you go. That'll do me. More than the rumor mongers on Twitter, etc. As Fulham try and once again they're coming down the left hand side this time. Bit of possession for Luton here. I think Newcastle have just thought, right, 3-0. We're cruising here. We're not going to push ourselves to.
Stop saying Luton.
Did I just say Luton again?
3 times.
Just for luck, Billy. Not like you never make any mistakes, do you, Mr. fucking Perfect? Jesus Christ.
Who's our next game against? Fulham.
Luton. I think we've got a goal kick there. I thought it was a corner at first, but it is indeed a goal kick. We're into the last minute of the game. And I think Fulham's chance of a consolation goal has well and truly gone. Newcastle fans looking pretty comfortable there. Just as we see Bill and Betty leaving the ground. And the ball is now with Emil Kraft. Rolls it back to Lascelles. How many minutes injury time, Billy? 5?
We've had a few injuries second half, but not as many as first. So, yeah, I think 5 about right.
Substitutions, goals.
Yeah, maybe 6.
Almirón now cuts inside to Bruno. Bruno just sticks his backside out, but he's held on the ball too long there. You're not going to get a free kick for that, matey. You should have just laid the easy pass off there, but Fulham have given it away, and we're back on the ball now.
Lewis Hall went manoeuvring down the side there, and Sean totally ignored him. We're going to give him now, I think.
Yeah. Palace have got a penalty, Billy.
Wow.
So it must be the time. 7 minutes of additional time here.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester City throwing a 2-0 lead away. Jesus. Eze is going to take the penalties, apparently, so we'll find out. Gordon Blythe says, "You are great, Billy."
Thank you.
There you go. He's a sarcastic mofo, but he's a good guy. Botman to... how good is it to say his name again, by the way, Bill?
I know.
He's Callum Wilson in the penalty area now. Lewis Hall to Matt Ritchie. Back to Longstaff now. Plays it back to Sven Botman. Just touches it back. Botman to Bruno. Inside now to Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall. Lovely ball out to the other side to... And Emil Kraft still bombing forward to the byline. Crosses it in, headed away. Only comes as far as Lewis Miley. Miley back to Bruno. Flicks the ball forward. It's in the box again. Longstaff gets ahead to it. Drops for Miguel Almirón. Palace the level, apparently. The penalty was scored. As Bruno tries to barge his way through again. Miley didn't give up on that. Oh, brilliant from the kid. What a star this guy is. Here's Lewis Hall. Out wide now to Matt Ritchie. Lewis Hall continues his run. Ritchie says, I'm not going to bother running. I'm just going to pass it back to Botman. Back to Lascelles.
When a player makes a run like that, you expect to give him the ball, don't you?
Yeah, I know. Run. Yeah. There's no need at this stage to do a little fake pass and then knock it back to the defenders. Let's just go for a goal. 5 minutes of additional time left. 3-0 here at St James's Park. Goals from Lewis Miley, Miguel Almirón, and Big Dan Burn popping up at the back post after a brilliant cross from Bruno. And here's Miggy now belting down the right-hand side. Goes down the byline, turns back to Emil Kraft. Kraft, who I think has been absolutely brilliant today.
Yes, that's outstanding.
Probably only bettered by Bruno, Billy. I mean, Lewis Miley's been brilliant. I don't know. We'll do the play rates tomorrow night.
Which is talking about the years here? No, he's not.
Yep. Turning back the years. See, you get songs on this Matchday Live as well. Bruno again in a tussle, but wins the tussle, spins away. That's brilliant from Bruno into Wilson.
Fantastic.
Wilson could have laid it up to Ritchie, but he goes his own way. Why didn't he put Ritchie in there?
He wants to go.
Well, he does, yeah. I mean, I understand that, but Ritchie... Oh, now Wilson again! Off the post this time!
Oh, it's just...
Comes back to Miley. Miley floats into the back post. Ritchie brings it down, volleys it across, and it hits Sean Longstaff in the balls. And it's cleared away. Unbelievable. I mean, Sean just had to face the goal there, and he probably would have scored off his penis. But unfortunately, it bounced away.
Yeah.
That's something I'd never say in commentary. Bloody hell. Never mind. We have it on the halfway line now. Lewis Hall. Down the line for Ritchie, who in turn goes down the line for... Sorry, Longstaff. Ritchie, beautiful ball, but the goalkeeper, Leno, saw that all the way. Apparently it was a head injury for Lockyer, by the way, but he's up and okay. Wow, I don't think Sean Longstaff will be too pleased with Ritchie there, just blasting the ball into his meat and veg. He is brutal.
He actually had full time 2-2. Final score.
There you go. There you go. And now Jamal Lascelles just literally having a walk with a winter's walk with the ball here. knocks it across to Botman. Botman inside to Bruno. Lovely little flick on. And now Sean Longstaff drives forward again. He's taken down, free kick. That's unlike Reed to make a foul, Billy.
Yeah, little wanker. Can't stand him. He's another one of those Jordan Ayew type players I can't stand.
You've never said that you didn't like Jordan Ayew, Billy. I'm surprised at that. Anton, thank you for your £3 super sticker, matey. Much appreciated.
Oh.
Here's Almirón's cross to the back post. Richie, and Leno does well.
Oh, it's a great save.
Yeah, it's bouncing around in the box again. Cleared away. Jamal Lascelles bursting forward. Bruno now. Is there a fourth for Newcastle before the end? Miggy tries to cut to his left. Gives it to Bruno. Bruno now. Inside to Miley. And it's a corner to Newcastle United. Brilliant football again. And it just shows, Billy, that when the confidence is up, we play some great stuff.
We really are playing some sweet stuff now. Massive punch up Ellen Rowe with Coventry and Leeds. At the end of the game. A huge punch at the end of the game. Jimmy Somerville's had a right go at someone.
Jimmy Somerville, Jesus. About a minute and 20 seconds left of additional time here. How we haven't got a fourth, I'll never know. Matt Ritchie rolling back the years since he's been on the pitch.
Well, he's always had a great left foot, hasn't he? You know, he's always got quality in that foot. It's whether you get the space to deliver it or not. And today he has. He's been very good.
Absolutely. And here's Bruno. Maybe one last attack for Newcastle. Bruno bounding forward. Free kick again, says the referee. And, it's Reed again. There's a surprise. Quickly taken now. Lewis Hall bursting into the penalty area. Lewis Hall. It took 4 Fulham players to get the ball off him there. Marauding forward. Big Tank, thank you for your $2 super chat. He says, so good to see Botman back. Indeed it is. Kraft brilliantly turns and gives it to Bruno.
Fantastic.
Bruno now clips it forward towards Wilson. Just enough on the header to go back to Leno. And I think that will be it. There's 20 seconds left of additional time. But wow. It's been a very, very, very professional and impressive performance in this second half. Without a shadow of a doubt. And there it is. There is the full-time whistle. And Newcastle United are back to winning ways in the Premier League with a 3-0 win over Fulham at St James's Park. Lewis Miley getting the first goal, followed by Miggy with an open goal after great build-up play. And then finally Dan Burn from a wonderful cross from Bruno. Brilliant save initially from Bernd Leno, but then brilliant from Dan Burn with a little thigh in to the back of the net. And he's full of smiles there as well. Great to see Jamal Lascelles there giving Miley a but all the smiles are back on the faces, Billy, which is great to see. Yeah,
it just took us a while to get used to playing against 10. Once we got acclimatised to what we had to do it.
Yeah,
you know, we broke free, and Bruno was a catalyst for everything we did today. He was outstanding second half, making a goal for a fantastic finish for Miley, and then we went on from there. And you know, 3-0 flat as Fulham in the end. It could have been 5 or 6 really, if it wasn't for the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Some last tackles and a few ricochets going away from us, although we did have 2 go in our favour. You know, it was a well-worthy victory and a very good performance second half. Really good.
And you know what it is? I thought Miggy played very well in that second half, Billy. There was some lovely touches, lovely build-up play. And I'm glad, because I hope that goal gives him a bit of confidence to start, playing like that again. Because he linked up brilliantly, I think, in the second half with Lewis Miley and Emil Kraft. The 3 of them linked up and played some great football in that second half.
Yeah, I think you saw the confidence. He was back into him. He did back flicks and stuff like that, that he wasn't doing, and it weren't working for him, but it started to work after he'd scored.
Yeah,
I thought it was outstanding second half. I thought they all were, to be honest. Even the substitutes that come on all contributed positively. A really good second half for us and a fantastic result. It should get us back on track. Luton come next on Thursday, is it? We play with Luton. I think it's Thursday we play Luton. No, it can't be. It's Tuesday, no. Chelsea, Saturday, Luton.
Yeah.
Some big games coming up, but
it's a good, like we said in commentary, Billy. I think it's a good game to build up to Chelsea, because it's clear that he's going to treat that game seriously by the players that he took off in the second half there. So obviously there's going to be a big worry about Fabian Schär and obviously Joe Linton. I think Fabian's was probably looked a bit worse, but you never know with these Fabian's like a Terminator, but when it's hamstring, you can't take any chances. I don't think those two will be available. But on the flip side of that, Billy, Botman's come back. We've seen Emil Kraft, we've seen Byrne get a good run out today, getting fitness back. So there is players coming back who can play in the game, and you know what? I've got perfect faith in them to go and I'm not saying we're going to go down there and roll over and roll Chelsea over by any stretch. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
But we've certainly got what it takes to compete down there and try and get back to another semi-final.
And of course, we've got Kieran Trippier back as well, which is a massive plus for us. So we can go to Stamford Bridge and confident we can get something out of it. Obviously it's got to be a win, otherwise because there's no replay or anything. But I think
Chelsea won't be fancying playing us, Billy. No doubt.
100% not. And they beat Sheffield United 2-0 at home today. That's not the greatest result in the world. They're going to have a much harder task against us. However, they do have a greater squad depth. They can rest players. But are the second string as good as the first? And the first ain't great.
Yeah.
I think we can go there and get a win. Why not? And absolutely, let's get kind of sorted for the next kind of few weeks where it's very important we stay up with this pack and even gain points on some of them.
Indeed. Wow, thanks very much for your $199 super chat. He says prayers for Tom Lockyer after his collapse tonight. Absolutely. But apparently he's okay, which is the main thing. He's up and alert. But probably only right that the game was abandoned, Billy, if he's that's a serious injury and the players that wouldn't be in the right mind. But the fact that he's up and alert now is absolutely brilliant. It really is. Guys, please do keep subscribing to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. If you are new, thank you very, very much for joining us. And welcome to all our new subscribers this afternoon. Stato is with us. Alex, that is as comfortable second half as we're going to have all season, I think. But a very professional performance from us and job done.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, it's exactly what I talked about. It was about not getting too frustrated that things weren't going in, just believing, being persistent, creating the chances. It will go in eventually. You've just got to keep going, and it did, because they were defending very resolute. They were very decent. The keeper was tidy. Leno, Diop was a monster. Iwobi was in the way constantly. Kearney was good. They were reasonably good defensively, but we just had to keep having a go. I think Bruno's definitely demonstrated in the last couple of matches that there's an attacking midfielder in there for sure. 100%.
Jabba Dabba Do, thank you for your £2 super chat. Very kind. Yes, Mr. Young, I got your email. I'll be replying to that this weekend as well. Some very, very good performances, Alex. Miggy stepped it up second half. I really liked the way he combined with Emil Kraft and Lewis Miley. There was a those three played some lovely stuff second half. There was a real desire there. You've got plus points of Botman getting a couple of minutes in, Dan Byrne getting a good stretch, another 90 in the tank for Callum Wilson. So, although we've lost Fabian Schär and we've lost Joe Litton, who probably won't be available now for Tuesday, there is players coming back as well, which is a bonus, isn't it? It's good to see them back.
I think that second half will do Miggy the world of good. He just needed a game like that. He needed 45 minutes like that. Much, much better. First half, his worst performance of the season. Second half, way better. A little bit less predictable, better movement, a little bit sharper, quicker decision making. He got himself on the score sheet. There were some really interesting things about that game. A lot of games recently, because we have a lot of the same team sheets. There's not been as much variety. It's been the same commentary and same things we've noted. Some really interesting things happened today. Miley's movement was a bit different. Longstaff back in the team. I tell you what, I'm going to say. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm gutted. Matt Ritchie's too old because he's a good footballer, isn't he? He's a good footballer. It's a shame he's too old now. If he was 5 years younger, it'd be a great little option because he's got a wicked left foot and he's intelligent. So it's just a shame, but really, really interesting performance. And we got 3 points and 3 goals. So great.
Yeah. Gillian Watson, thank you for your $1.99 super chat. That is very, very kind of you. It puts us in good stead, Billy, doesn't it, for Tuesday? Because we needed that result. We needed that performance. And, smiles on the faces at the end. Lewis Miley bagging a goal as well. It couldn't have gone any better apart from the 2 injuries.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have thought they'd been too kind of pushed with fitness either. They've had the ball most of the game. It's easy when you've got the ball at your feet for most of the game. And I don't think that took much out of us at all. So, yeah, I think it's a perfect game for us.
Yeah.
A couple of injuries, of course, which obviously are negatives, but the players that came in did really, really well. I thought Emil Kraft was outstanding, and it's great to see Sven Botman back as well. So, yeah, I think we can go to Chelsea positive of getting something.
Big Tank, thank you very much for your $5 super chat. He says, congratulations to Miley, and a clean sheet will lift Dubravka's spirits. I thought Dubravka was sound today. There was once in the first half that he didn't come out to Iwobi. That was a little bit meh. However, after that, he came and every cross he came and got, he was dominant in the air. So I do think that'll do him the world of good, Billy. Getting that. Jabba Dabba Doo, thank you for another £2. He says, Lewis Miley, he's one of our own. But Alex, Dubravka with a clean sheet. I mean, listen, I don't know whether Eddie might play Karius on Tuesday in the Cup. I don't know. But on the back of a clean sheet, that'll do him the world of good.
It will. I'm going to be a Debbie Downer on this one and just say he wasn't tested in the way he's been making mistakes in the last 3 matches. He wasn't peppered with those kinds of shots. He didn't get tested in terms of his angles, his sweeping, his running out of goal, his preemptiveness, his quickness off of his line. None of that, which we've been having an issue with, got tested. Mm-hmm. So, but I agree with what you said. Great in the air, comfortable, great throws, great distribution. So the things we know he's good at, it was fine. He wasn't really tested on the stuff that he's been wobbly in, which, I mean, is it an issue? I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully he can play himself back into some form. He's not played a lot of football for a while. So hopefully this run of games, a bit more confidence. Hopefully we can see some good shot stopping next match. Yeah. Unless he's rotated.
Samsonite Dove, thank you very much for your £6.10 super chat. He says back to winning ways at home, obviously, and Miley's a monster. I mean, just how good was Lewis Miley today, Alex?
Yeah, well, I think it's great to see. It's a great litmus test watching him next to Sean Longstaff. I think it's, and again, we've mentioned this before. I don't want to be too harsh on Sean because I think if Sean had have had the right facilities, coaching, and opportunities when he was a bit younger, we might have a better Sean Longstaff right now. Yeah, that's not to take anything away from Sean. He's great, but watching where Miley is right now and the setup he's got around him and the players and the quality and the training he's going to get, and he's playing like this at the moment. There was a lot of talk about we should have sent him out on loan. He made that late substitute appearance against Chelsea at the back end of last season, hit the crossbar. We went, "Ooh, hello, have we got a player here?" And we decided to keep him around the first team instead of sending him out on loan. And he looks so good for it. He's been thrust into big matches. He looks ready now. He comes on for Joe Linton, who is an enormous player for us, and he looks absolutely fine. Grabs a goal. Yep. Again, it's just he contributes in every phase of play. He's got a bit of intelligence about him. He's trying to link up. He's beyond his years. I mean, the commentators have got a little thing for him now. 17 going on 27. Absolutely. He plays like a.
Yeah, the goal, Billy, he took was, a brilliant finish. He was in the same positions as practically Miggy was, those misses against Everton and Tottenham. And that's where you need to put the ball. He didn't panic. He took his time, placed it, picked his spot, bang. Lovely finish.
Yeah, calm as you like, wasn't it? At the Gallagher end, 17, it's got to be a dream for him to score.
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And there was no pressure on him. He just took it down under control. Blasted it with his left foot right foot into the far corner. Yeah, no goalkeeper saving that. Terrific goal, really great goal, and great play from Bruno to make it in the first place. The determination, desire he showed to get the ball through to Miley was outstanding.
Absolutely. Well, there you go, guys. That is the Matchday Live done and dusted. I will be doing a match reaction recorded video immediately for YouTube. Billy and Alex, of course, will be doing their match reactions over on Patreon. So if you're interested in signing up to Patreon and help the Toon Review out that way, the link is in the description for that as well. I will put it all on our socials as soon as everything is uploaded and on the channel and on our Patreon channel. Some brilliant match reactions. We've had good response to them. And also, we will be back.
Sofa score have given Bruno a 9.2. That's enormous.
For Sofa score, it is, yeah.
That's
absolutely
enormous.
That's huge. We will be back tomorrow, of course, 7 p.m. with the match review, where we will go more in depth into the game, player ratings, etc. So don't forget to join us for that. It should be a fantastic show. Thank you to all our new subscribers. If you are still on, please do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. We're finishing on 25,911, which is incredible. Another brilliant influx of new subscribers to the channel. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming to the Toon Review family. And thank you to everyone who was super chatted, joined the membership throughout the stream, gifted memberships. That is unbelievably kind. Thank you to the mod squad. You've been absolutely awesome. Get well soon, Rachel. I know you've had a bit of a sickness bug overnight, so hopefully I know you were wanting to come up to Newcastle this weekend, but it hasn't been able to happen because of a sickness bug. But get well soon, Rach. Thank you to the rest of the mods. Thank you to Billy and Alex. And we will see you all again tomorrow. Look out for the socials for our uploads of the match reactions on YouTube and Patreon. Thanks very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Take care.
How are the lads and lasses? Get in there.
Yes!
Come back and check on some green.